Hey guys, welcome to the Live Well, brought to you by Digital Sportsman, where we get together with our community and talk fishing. The show's fixing to start, we're getting everything ready. But in the meantime, we want to tell you about our fine partners that not only make this show possible, but are companies that we absolutely love and stand behind. Groove Fishing, changing the norm of tackle storage. Sonar Pros, specializing in high-end installations across all electronic brands. Go where the pros go. Lipsticker Fishing, specializing in putting clients on giant Lake Lanier bass. Bill Payne's Guide Service, fish with a legend on Lake Allatoona, seasonal smallmouth trips, or even get your sonar dialed in. Brooks Anderson Fishing, guide trips and educating today's anglers on Lake Lanier. Big League Charters, fish with a pro on Tellico, Fort Loudon, Watts Bar, and Chickamauga. Money Saver Lure Retriever, designed to break your lure free from almost any snag. Fishers of Hope, benefit fishing tournaments to help people in need. Serve IT, industry-leading IT services for your business. Change the way you manage IT. Kerner Tire, Jasper, Georgia's most trusted family-owned tire center. Atlanta Safe House, the trusted source for safes and gun safes in Tennessee, Georgia, Kentucky, and Alabama. And of course, Digital Sportsman, a new way to discover and book unforgettable outdoor experiences with local trusted guides. Go to fngo.com to get direct links to all our fine partners. Get ready and let's talk fishing. Sorry, guys, I'm laughing at Father Time over here. You good now?
I'm good. I can see.
His glasses were a little bit dirty, and he was having some.
They look like kaleidoscope glasses.
That's right. So, guys, hey, welcome to the Live Well this Thursday night here at FNGO. Appreciate you guys joining us. And again, if you're watching at a later date, we appreciate you guys as well. Hope you had a great day. The weekend is in sight. We got one more day, and then you guys can hit the water. Of course, some of these guys, they're going to be hitting the water tomorrow, and I'm a little bit jealous of them. But again, hope you had a great day. We're going to do something a little different tonight. I had a program planned. We were going to talk like Gunnersville, Grass, those kind of lakes. And with the guests and everything, it just didn't kind of pan out. So we were sitting here thinking, what are we going to talk about? We've talked about Topwater for the last, 3-4 episodes, it seems like?
At least 3.
Yeah. So just for fun of it, we're going to talk about all the other ways to catch bass except for Topwater. So like the other night, we didn't talk about any forward basin sonar. And tonight, we're not going to talk about Topwater unless you guys, of course, ask a question and we will always answer it. But we're going to try to steer away from Topwater. So I got Father Time to my right and all his glory right there. It's always a pleasure to have you up here. Like it's not right on Thursday night and you ain't here. It just ain't right.
You just saying that for the food.
That's true. You do feed us. I like that part. Of course, got Alex. Alex is here. Alex Purrs. And then Tony's back there in all the glory. We got to figure out how to get some light on you guys back there.
Well, I just got this light off this time.
You just kept the light off?
Normally I have the overhead light on. It's not on. Right
like
now.
When Alex is back there.
I like it dark back there.
I can tell. I mean, it's kind of spooky. Alex is back there in the dark by himself. Couple things, guys, that we need to get out of the way first. And, of course, hello to all of you in the comments. It's always great to see you guys. Again, Saturday, Lake Notley, Fishers of Hope. They got the Sester Benefit Tournament. If you can go, please go. If you want to contribute, reach out to Fishers of Hope. But it's a $100 entry fee, food and raffle after the weigh-in. More information, 706-851-5164. The Sester family lost everything in a house fire. Got 2 young kids. So, if you want to go out and go fishing, go up to Lake Notley this weekend and help out with that. I think Kevin Underwood's going to go up there. I think he said he's going to fish there. So get up there and try to be the pro. Kevin's a pro. I think he's a pro.
He gets paid to fish.
He gets paid to fish. That's right. And, of course, guys, hey, the Toys for Tots. The registration is open December 6th out of Laurel Park. $80 entry fee, $5,000 guaranteed first place prize. You can pre-register now by reaching out to me here. You can text or call me or, I guess, come by the shop. That's a good way to do it. Come by the shop. And if you want to text or call and do it kind of via remotely, you can pay with Venmo or PayPal. We'll get you set up. You're going to blast off in the order of which you sign up. So we already got guys signing up. So if you want one of them early blast offs, you need to go ahead and do it now. You still can sign up the morning of. And remember, every angler has to bring one toy, one brand new, unopened, unwrapped toy. And again, guys, we don't want you to be cheap. We don't want you to go and buy a Hot Wheel. Kind of make it $20. Show a little bit. And if you want to be really generous, buy a bunch of toys because it's all for the Pickens County and Hall County Toys for Tots. We want to make sure that there are kids out there that are less fortunate that can wake up to a smile and a happy Christmas morning. That's what it's all about, and that's what this tournament is. Thanks to Big Shanty Bassmasters for putting this on and bringing it over here and allowing us here at Fish North Georgia to help out because we did it last year, had 98 boats. I'd love to see 100 and something boats this year. But I think everybody that fished it enjoyed it. It was probably one of the most competitive tournaments on Lanier of the year. Top 30 was less than 2.5, 3 pounds from first to like 30th or something. It was crazy good weights. It was cold as hell.
It was a good weigh-in to watch.
It was a good. It was fun to be there. But we're going to listen. It's going to be a great time. We want you guys to sign up. If you have a company and you would like to be one of the sponsors, reach out to me. You can email me, Danny@fngo.com. We'd love to have you come aboard. There's all kinds of ways you can help out with this. But again, at the end of the day, it's for the kids. It's going to be a 50-50. No, it's not a 50-50. So that's another tournament. I got tournaments out the wazoo. $60 of your $80 entry fee goes to the pot. $20 goes to Big Fish. $5,000 for first place. And then depending on the number of boats that sign up, that'll be how many places they pay down. So I think I said that. But hey, listen, reach out to me. I'll give you more information. So with that, again, hello to everybody.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, man. Okay. My casa, your casa, whatever you want to say.
This Saturday at GB's Lake at 10 a.m., Festive Water is doing a kayak demo day. So if anybody wants to try out a kayak and see if maybe that's for them, we're going to have a couple different offerings from Native Watercraft, Bonafide, and New Canoe as well. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're just going to be hanging out. You can bring a rod and try and catch something while you're out there if you want. You'll have to sign a waiver, wear a life jacket. We should have plenty. And I think it's $5 or $10 to get in, but we're not charging anything extra aside from them charging for the entry fee.
There you go. Yeah, I listen. What lake?
GB's Lake.
Where's that at?
Smyrna.
Okay, absolutely. So, yeah, I see Cranking and Yanking's comment up there. Rob Robleski, our buddy here, he's sitting currently in 8th place at the MPFL event. Strong showing, and we love Rob. He's a guest that comes on here a lot, but he's a friend of ours, and there's a lot of great anglers fishing that. So yeah, Rob had a great day. Absolutely. Did we miss a vapor lock already? No, but we still have time. Josh Hayworth, howdy from Houston.
There we go.
I love it right there.
Yeah.
And let's see, Brad Johnson. I went out today in northern Indiana.
I'm from Houston. I don't know if you knew that.
I could tell.
Houston, Texas.
I can tell.
Yeah.
Oh, look, Rob's there. Thank you guys for keeping up with him. Yeah, scroll on down. I'll get to some of those. Rob, we love you. Now go out there and win the thing. And I'm telling you, Rob, if you win it, you're buying dinner. That's all I got to say. You're buying dinner. Us. Hell yeah, for all of us. The whole thing, not just me. But yeah, Brad Johnson. We was talking about water temp last couple of things. 72 to 74 in northern Indiana. That's awesome. That's getting about right.
That's getting there.
That is getting right. Pull up old Captain Morgan there. Danny, I had my turn signal on to stop at Taco Bell, but the line was wrapped around the building. Everyone must have heard you talk about the burritos. Listen, I talked about it today at lunch. The chili cheese burrito is back at Taco Bell. It should have never been taken off the menu.
Amen.
Listen, I don't know what guy made that decision, but they got their Y2K menu out there. Go get you a chili cheese burrito. And if you go buy a chili cheese burrito, take a picture and tag me in it. I'm telling you guys, that's the bomb. I will travel 2 hours out of the way to get a chili cheese burrito. Aiden on TikTok. Interesting question. If you had one bait to fish Lake Lanier for the rest of your life, what would it be?
That's an easy one.
And Mason Roach says, good evening. I'm going to say a shaky head.
Shaky head, baby, all day.
You good with shaky head, Tony?
I'm shaky head or popper.
We can't talk topwater tonight.
Well, he asked the question.
No, you're right. Yeah, popper would be good.
Shaky head.
Shaky head. Yeah. Now, I say shaky head. I still would probably throw the wacky rig.
Yeah.
But worm. But, shaky head, I think you can get down a lot deeper.
We can cover more water with a shaky head.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So, Cranking, yeah, he likes it in the shadows. He's got to be talking about Rob and all that. So, yeah, all these guys they're all wishing you good luck, Rob. It's awesome. And what's pretty cool is watching somebody that you're friends with fish. Anytime like a meal and all them are on, like anytime somebody I know, I absolutely love watching them. And it's great to watch Rob. And you know what? I'm going to say this. Rob has put in the work and has gotten better every single time he goes out, every year.
Yeah.
And you can see the constant improvement. So, Rob, that's enough ass kissing for you, though. All right, go win it, or I'm going to say something bad about you if you don't win. But anyway, Steve Billington, I need a beer and my kid is sick, so I can't make her go get it.
Oh, I got you.
Listen at that. What's up with that? So anyway, listen, what we want you guys to do. Now, listen, I'll go ahead and speak for Cranking and Yanking. Oh yeah, so let's do that. Pull up Cranking and Yanking because I was going to talk about him, but I heard there was a Kentucky kayak angler missing in the tournament on Toledo Bend. Have they found him? Thoughts and prayers out to the family. You mentioned something right before the show.
They have, as far as I know, they have not found him. They did find his kayak with his life jacket on the kayak. So
yeah, tough thing.
It's not looking good.
Tough thing. So yeah, absolutely. We will
wear your life jackets, guys.
Wear your life jacket.
It's you don't look that cool on the lake without your life jacket on.
Especially
and you look a lot less cool laying in a casket.
Absolutely. All right, listen, sometimes you got to be blunt like that. We hope they find him. Absolutely. Steve Billington, wear your PFD for sure. Diaz, appreciate you hanging out with us a little bit tonight for as long as you can. It's always great to see your name up there. But Jim Wright says I need to get Rob on the show after the tournament for sure. And then as soon as I think don't they go straight to Hartwell for their championship right afterwards?
Is it that quick afterwards?
They might be going to pre-fish. I know Ken was talking to Drew Cook and Patrick Walters at their was that special day?
They had the meet and greet. I think
meet and greet yesterday and all that. And I know that Drew Cook said they were fishing this and then going to Hartwell. And maybe it's the pre-fish. I don't know. But anyway, Toledo is a tough lake when there is wind. Said cranking and yanking and all that. So what you laughing at?
I'm laughing at old griping and yiping.
Alex, I always look cool, brother, especially with them them blue jeans and them old grass cutting old white man shoes and New Balances.
You got the New Balance.
I like them. I like the Nike versions better. Isaac Case, good evening from upstate South Carolina, buddy. Appreciate you joining us tonight. So, cranking and yanking, this might be another good episode for you. I always think about this. Honestly, we've talked topwater. We really have. Franco, Kevin, Ryan, even the other night, because we talked about the buzz bait forever. So not everybody, I don't know who all, but there's other ways to catch fish right now. And so we kind of want to branch in on those things because, y'all don't want to see a fourth episode in a row on topwater. So I thought tonight, since we're not doing the Gunnersville, I think that's going to be next week. And the Aquaholic says a whopper plopper. Hey, I'm gonna have to ban you. We're not talking topwater tonight, all right? But seriously, there are other ways, and a lot of guys like other ways to fish, whether it's minoring, jig fishing, shaky head, whatever, jerkbait. We want to talk about those things. And so, let's just dive right in there. You got something? You looked at me like he's going to say something.
No, I was waiting.
You waiting for me to say? You want me to pitch the softball and get going?
That's right.
Okay.
Throw it out there.
Farmer, what's y'all's go-to baits during the turnover? There's not anything really excellent during the turnover. Tony, you got an idea?
At this time of the year, I've always got a jerkbait tied on.
Even during the turnover?
Yeah, I'm a jerkbait guy.
Jerkbait.
I don't think for how I fish a jerkbait, their fish gonna be there.
Hey, put that beautiful camera on.
I know exactly what he's doing. He's going to say the same thing I'd say.
Say it again because I can't TikTok you, man, if you ain't putting the camera on you.
The way I fish a jerkbait, it don't matter if it's turnover or not because I'm looking in those areas where the fish are going. This should be anyway, and to me, it's just one of those. From now, especially October, from now until whenever, I'll be throwing a jerkbait. That's my go-to, honestly.
Let me ask you this: are you doing it like you were talking about, digging it?
Yeah,
you're digging it. You're throwing it shallow and digging.
Correct, digging it. Anything. Digging it. You're on your main lake points, things that fish are going to normally go to. If you go to the south end of the lake, it's turning over later anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily turning over right now, like some of the other spots might be. So you're still going to be able to just chase your fish and use it just like you normally would, or you can get shallow with it and they're biting shallow, go shallow with it and dig it in the dirt. It's worked.
There's a lot of guys up there that have put jerkbait in the comment section. I see jerkbait and a rooster tail.
I'm burning the bank with a jerkbait and just trying to cover as much
That's what
water
you're doing?
as I can. Yep.
Let me scroll back down. There was Aquaholic said a fluke, a Texas rig, a jerkbait, and a chatterbait. So you get another one. A lot of kind of moving there. And Aiden, I have not seen the Bassmaster High School schedule, but I will be looking at it. I know it came out, but I have not had a chance today to look at it. But I will. George Thornton, I saw he had chatterbait. What is Tyler throwing?
Which one? Where we at? Tyler?
I just saw his name up there. And I see a Credge or a riser on a herring lake. So Credge, yeah, absolutely. Underspin. Billington said you ought to be throwing an underspin right now.
Spinnerbait.
Spinnerbait. So there's Now,
And a rattle
hunter,
trap.
look, hunter fishing goes, okay, but there's nothing like the topwater blow up. Hunter fish, listen, I agree with you 100%. But I just didn't want you guys to come in and go, well, damn, they're talking topwater again and go do something else.
Again.
So I totally get it. And there is nothing like it. Now, Aquaholic says any bait for sure. But with that jerk bait, when Tony talks about one of the things he likes doing, of course, you just heard him with the jerk bait, is throwing it shallow and basically reeling it and jerking it, getting it down and busting the bottom with it.
Yep.
So you guys up there that say jerk bait, are you working it the same way as what Tony is? Now, I noticed, now, of course, this was early spring and all that the standard jerk bait retrieve wasn't working. And I just started reeling the thing like a Seville, getting it down about 6 feet, whatever, and burning it fast. And that seemed to kick up a lot of bites too.
Yep.
How fast are you working it when you're digging it?
So this time of the year, our winter trail starts on Wedowee the 1st of October.
Weedawee.
Yeah. It starts out there, and I can literally chase the clay banks and just dirt shallow. I don't have to really reel it down very fast. I'm using a deep diver. I'm using the +1s.
Okay.
So I'm not using the shallow runners. I want it to, as soon as it hits the water, my first pop, it's going straight to the bottom and it's digging. So I'll chase them clay banks, and usually I'll find, we talked about it before the show, about chasing those roamers along the banks.
Yeah, those wolf packs.
Those wolf packs, and they are, I know on Wedowee, they will be running that bank, and you can usually catch some good fish running bait up on those shallow spots like that. And it's really worked for me.
Okay.
And plus, out there they also drop in the water October 1st starts when they bring down the winter pool, so it's bringing it down. They just stay right there close to the bank for some reason.
Okay, that works for me. Now I'm interested. Now we'll talk the shaky head for sure, Doug Rice. Again, appreciate you coming up here and seeing me today. The chatterbait that I see right there, and we'll talk about the underspin too, but the chatterbait, you mentioned spinnerbait.
Yep.
You're old school.
Yep.
Would you take the spinnerbait over the chatterbait, right?
Absolutely.
But are you still throwing it in the same spots?
Yeah, I'm throwing it right up on the bank, bringing it out. And if I want to go deeper, I'll go to a 3/4 ounce single willow leaf. Not a Colorado, single willow.
Why the single willow?
I just like the vibration it puts off. Plus, there's a little flash to it. You've got some sunny days right now.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Now, when you say you're throwing it up on a bank, do you ever try to 45 and work your way out? Or you
it's always on 45.
You're always on 45. Okay, all right. What about? What y'all thought about a chatterbait, Alex? Right now,
A chatterbait right now?
you throw the chatterbait.
Yeah,
son.
I throw the chatterbait at schooling fish though.
Yeah, you do. That's one thing you like that.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of guys talk about throwing a chatterbait for schoolers.
Yeah, it works.
It does work. Aquaholic says swimming a jerkbait. That's kind of what I figured out was working for me, for sure. Now, of course, Craftmaster says jig and minnow. Now, the jig, you know what's interesting? We really haven't talked about the jig that much. It's going to start coming up a lot because I'm noticing the orders coming in. A lot more jigs. I'm tying them a lot. Chapman87 says the chatterbait is awesome. Chapman87, where are you fishing at? Just would like to know.
You got to think the chatterbait with the right trailer is not much different than a jerkbait. When you're pulling it through the water, it's darting and moving. It's getting that fast
It's
darting
hunting.
stuff. So it's hunting. Yeah, I mean, you're getting that same, almost similar action to it.
So, but my question is this. He's throwing it at schooling fish. So he's
Right.
in the upper water column.
Yeah.
You're throwing your jerkbait down and digging.
Well,
What are you doing with the chatterbait? Oh,
Well,
he's from
no,
Look, he's North Texas, South Arkansas.
I'm fishing the
Appreciate you
chatterbait
doing.
for schoolers.
he's fishing the
Yeah,
chat.
that's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Chatterbait for schoolers.
Well, so like 2 weekends ago when I went out, I was on Wedowee.
Mhm.
You gonna have me saying Wedowee.
It is
Wedowee.
weedy, but all right.
And I was chasing schoolers with the jerkbait. I mean, I was chasing schooling fish with a jerkbait. So it's the same principle.
Yeah.
You know, it depends on where the fish are biting better at, if it's schoolers or if it's on the bank. But I'll try both. I mean, I'll try. And that's when that video that I put out where the guy was cutting me off.
Yeah.
The fish were running up to the shallows and then back out again to school. They were going back and forth. I just caught them in between. I was fishing kind of both areas at the same time. So
I got you.
that chatterbait to me is the same principle.
About 3 years ago, I would keep that jerkbait glued to my hand and throw it at schoolers too. But I just don't think it works as good as it used to on Lake Lanier.
Okay, for sure. Chapman, I know you said North Texas, South Arkansas. How are you working your chatterbait? You slow rolling it fast? I guess you might have some grass lines out there. I don't know. Not familiar with a lot of those lakes. So let us know how you're doing it. We'll get to the jig and minnow. Jaden Smith, how you doing, buddy? Jerkbait again, spinning reel or bait caster. Now, Craftmaster says that jig and minnow. But back to the jig. It seemed like for a while now, the jig is not talked about as much because there's so many guys offshore jig never stopped working.
It works out there too.
Yes, it does.
It does work out there. But normally about this time, the past few years, we're starting to sell a lot more jigs starting in September. And I can kind of see that. So I know a lot of people are gearing up for the jig bite.
Yeah.
But it seems like it has got, even though you can catch fish with it year round, the most popular time to talk about jigs, at least on this show, seems to be like the November, December, cold water stuff.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. Farmer.
I think a lot of them go out and get their 5 fish limit to begin with off jerk baits or whatever, and then they go back to the jig to get their kicker fish.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's always, we've talked about guys that will throw a jig and another guy will throw a shaky head in the same spot.
Mm-hmm.
But on average, you're going to catch bigger fish with a jig.
Yeah.
I find.
It's the most consistent way to catch big ones.
Bigger ones.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you catch more on a shaky head. I think you get more bites.
Yeah, you'll catch a lot more dinks, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And it just depends on what you're doing. Pull up old Farmer right there. Farmer, why was my power out earlier today? My wife called me. She wasn't happy. I'm just kidding. I look for clean water entering into the lakes like creeks and rivers and throw a flat-sided crankbait. Now, he does do that. He does for sure. And I guess, are you still talking about like during the turnover? Because turnover got brought up on the lunch break today. Messick in South Carolina said he was hearing some guys saying the turnover was kind of starting on Hartwell. And I thought that it's early for that. Maybe, Kevin Underwood mentioned starting to see some of the methane bubbles in the back of certain places, but like it's not really cold enough yet. Ditch Pickle Daddy, thank you for being here and doing what you do. No, sir, thank you for being here and doing what you do.
You're not going to read the one above that?
Oh, what is it? Jog is new to be?
Yeah, I think it means jig.
You can't say jig on.
You can't
on
type
TikTok.
it. You can't type it on TikTok.
Oh,
It won't show the comment if you do.
Oh.
He said he's waiting on that F&GO order.
Yeah, that's what
Listen, I'm tying them as fast as I can tie them, man. I'm tying them as fast. I think yours is in the mail, to be honest with you. I think I have sent yours out. So, Farmer, I think he's talking, though, about the turnover. Now, pull up Tracy Coker right below him. And I already see Cranking in Yankees.
Yeah.
Right there. It's like every time it glows at you. And I knew what I was going to say is like when we started, like, I know what Cranking and Yankees going to say.
Oh, I knew. Yeah, I was actually going to interrupt you a minute ago. The crankbait's working.
Oh,
right?
I know the crankbait's working. So anyway, slow rolled spinnerbait with a Colorado blade during the turnover worked good last year. So that's something for you guys to put into your mind right there. Mid-creek ledges and blowdowns. So keep that in mind. That's one cool thing about this show is when our viewers give out little tidbits, write them down, guys.
How heavy of a spinnerbait, Tracy?
Yeah, Tracy, how heavy? Go-to glide baits for the fall, Justin. John, just give me one.
Trick shad.
Trick shad. 7-inch trick shad. Okay, there you go. So does the changeover start and finish north end before south end? I think generally.
Yeah.
Generally the turnover starts then. Herschel says jig or a hog walla. The hell's a hog walla?
6 cents bait.
6 cents, but see, I was thinking it was something. Yeah, it didn't register me. Almost like a trick shad. That's right. Trench. Okay. Tyler showing that I'm throwing an underspin. We're going to talk about that underspin. There's really only so much you can talk about with underspin. You throw it out, you reel it slow, you reel it fast. Now, when ditch fishing comes up, you can drag it down the middle of that ditch. We'll talk about that for sure. But go ahead. Let's give him his glory. Pull up old white shoes right there. Crankbait is king. From a wake bait to a deep diver, you can cover any depth you need. Twitch it, crank it, reel and pause. Very versatile. I mean, he's not lying.
Same thing. Well, use a jerkbait. Same principle. I mean, it's just longer crankbaits. All.
Yeah, I get it. It's about time for them rock crawlers to start coming out, and everybody be chucking them rock crawlers on Lanier or the DTs.
Which last year we didn't have a good rock crawler, right? It wasn't the best.
Mm-hmm. It's been messed up a couple years, but that is the consistent one that everybody throws. That and the DTs.
Yep.
Have you ever thrown a dancing eel? No. Anybody here throw a dancing eel?
No.
Anybody in the comment section? If you throw a dancing eel, let us know.
Is that old bait years ago from Bill Dance? It had the little lip on it, and
Ain't it? Is it? He had an eel bait.
yeah, he had an eel bait and had a little bulb for the head and then a tail that was real slender.
Hey, Jacob, is that what you're talking about? The old Bill Dance bait? Let us know.
I got one if you want to see it.
I don't want to see your eel. You keep your eel in your pants.
Okay.
I don't want. He noticed it had a bulb on the end. Damn,
I'm
Kevin.
just trying to help out. That's all.
Dirty old man. He did. Jacob said, yeah, that's the one he's talking about. So listen, I have not thrown it, but Kevin owns one. Aaron caught a couple with the DT8 on Tuesday. And Aaron, I'm not going to tell everybody. I did tell the podcast guys, though, and we'll keep our secret. But that was the funniest thing. That message you sent me on LinkedIn, that was funny as all get-go. We had a good laugh with that one. You sound like an interesting fella if you're doing that kind of stuff. Adam, a jerkbait, a chatterbait, a lipless, and a jig. Now, what are you shaking your head?
I like the lipless because it's not thrown very much this time of year. Usually it's December, January when they come out.
Okay, so what kind of lipless would you, if you had to throw a lipless tomorrow, what are you throwing?
Fire Tiger.
You throwing a Fire Tiger? Any particular brand?
Rapala.
Rapala.
Yeah, Rattler. It's called a Rapala rattling something.
But in Fire Tiger.
Yep. 3/8 ounce.
3/8 ounce Rapala Fire Tiger and rattling whatever it is.
It's a rattling wrap.
Rattling wrap. Have you done that before? I mean, you had good success on that?
Oh, yeah. I love a Fire Tiger.
You like a Fire Tiger. Sam Bogloom. Did I say that right? Sam Bogloom killer been on fire at Lake Greenwood recently. Lake Campbell 245 said. Where is that at? Anybody know where that lake is? Where's Lake Greenwood?
I don't know.
Campbell, if you'd let us know. It's Jake. Jake Campbell 245 on TikTok.
What's a Sambo Gloom?
Sambo Gloom. I don't know what that is either. Tell us what that is. You're Googling it. Greenwood, South Carolina.
Yeah, South Carolina.
So Google that bait. Let us know. Now Jim Wright says a Fritz side 5 crankbait.
That's a narrow lake.
Yeah, we had pretty good luck with that last year.
You did?
Yeah, well, he kind of got me turned on to it, and it good. It's got a brittle bill, but it does work.
See, the first time I threw a Fritz side on Lanier, I hit a dock, and it busted the bill right off of it.
You can't hit hardly anything with them. But
no, you can't.
Yeah.
But it does have some good action. I do know a lot of guys on Lanier, like when you get into the January, February, where like say Bald Ridge Marina, and you get some really stain back up in the creeks and all that, a lot of guys like throwing that Fritz side because it's got that little tight wobble and everything. And they end up catching a lot of largemouth.
Yep.
But that's a few months ahead of where we're at right now. Tyler says I need to work on the jerkbait. Now is the time to do it.
Yep.
Hey,
I agree.
Anytime is a good time to work on everything except tournament day.
Yeah. Don't wait.
Tournament day is not the day to figure it out, right?
Right.
Doug. Okay, guys, dadgummit, Doug, pull it up. All right. Pull it up. This is a strike on. Even though Doug's my buddy, he's got a strike.
Strike one.
Strike one. Okay, guys, won't mention I'm throwing a buzzbait on Altitude in the morning. It's okay to start off with it if you want to. Steve Billington. Good question. Y'all use a jerkbait on a spinning setup or casting? I don't throw one, but I own them, LOL. I throw mine on a bait caster.
I do too.
Bait caster.
I started throwing them on spin and setup just because that was what I was more comfortable with at that time.
Right.
You can throw them on either one.
Oh, for sure.
I throw it on a bait caster now.
What do you throw it on, Tony?
I throw it on a medium action bait caster, medium action with like a 7.5 to 1 most of the time.
Yeah.
And I do what a lot of people don't. I do 8-pound line.
I go light.
I go light line.
No, I go light
line.
For sure. I think it also, like, especially with you digging, it helps to get it down some more too.
To me, you get the best. 10's not bad either.
Right.
But 8, I like 8, and I boat flip some good fish with it. But it seems to work the best way. I like so Falcon has a medium action rod that you can buy at Walmart, and it's a 7-foot rod, and it's almost like a noodle. So you get a lot more forgiveness with using lighter line with that rod, but it works great for the jerkbait. It's a really good rod.
What about you?
Spinning.
Why do you throw it on a spinning rod?
Well, that's what I learned to throw it on to begin with, but I just like it because I think it's more forgiving.
Okay. Hey, and the Aquaholic says spinning rod. I throw mine, actually. I got that rock crawler rod from Spro, and I got that JC Elite that's in the 7, the gear ratio and all that. But I got mad throwing a rock crawler, and they weren't hitting it that day, so I put a jerkbait on, and that was in January, and started. That rod's medium like that. It is perfect to get that action. Yeah. And if you reel it like I'm reeling it sometimes, very parabolic, so it's got that bend and all that. But I will tell you, if you hook a 15-pound striper, you gotta play with it.
You're going for a ride with it.
You're gonna play with it for a little bit. Everything this time of the year hits the bank first, which is what Ryan said the other night. I think his first thing was, hey, you need to hit the mud. Yeah. And you'd be surprised at how quick you could throw it in 6 inches of water, but how quick you get hit in 6 inches of water sometimes, even when it doesn't look like a fish is there. What's up, FaZe Fishing? How you doing tonight, buddy? Appreciate you joining us. Captain Jay Morgan. Look at this. Rat-a-tat-tat, lipless. I can work from top to bottom, fast, slow, yo-yo, rip, and grip. Now, I never until this year ever threw lipless.
Really?
Actually, I didn't throw it that much. And when we had a tournament on Allatoona, I've had them in my thing. I just never had any confidence in it. I know some guys that do that yo-yo on rock piles and stuff, but I finally just got ticked off at everything else. And I put an orange one on. It was a Spro and just chunked it up there and just started reeling. And all of a sudden, wham!
Yeah.
It was shallow, and then it replicated itself. And I'm like, there might be something to this lipless.
I've taken one using forward-facing sonar and literally chased schooling fish with forward-facing using a lipless.
Do you remember when Drew Cook was on here the last time?
Yes.
I don't know if you did. He was talking about being out in the big water on Lanier over brush piles and humps and all, and throwing a lipless crankbait out there because they don't see it very often.
Right.
And having a sinking one come down and all that.
Yep.
I wonder how many people actually do that.
I can honestly say that was the first time I'd ever caught a schooling fish using forward face. When I first got it, was on a smaller lake, but it was using a lipless crankbait going. I just happened to pan just right, caught 5 of them schooled together, threw out there to them, and that was how I learned to use forward facing, honestly.
Crank it and yank it. I know you're still out there somewhere, lurking out there. How often just out there in Louisiana do you use a lipless? I'm just curious right there. David Weaver. Seville Magic Swimmer works well. If you're on a herring lake, that's going to work.
Yeah.
At least
I actually
8 or 9 months out of the year.
I actually threw what's the new one? I threw that the other day at Woodall. They wouldn't. They chased it, but they would not hit.
What do you mean the new one?
Well, whatever is it Seville they remade or whatever? What's the one?
Magic Swimmer.
Maybe so. I guess
Magic Swimmer and Seville are basically the same.
Okay, well,
thing.
I think it was a Magic Swimmer. I was one I got from you. I think
when Berkeley bought Seville out, they changed it to the Magic Swimmer.
It was a Magic Swimmer.
And then a lot of people say it's not the same. It's not the same as the old Seville. They changed it a little bit.
I had them chasing it where and then throw the jerkbait in there and they bite it, but they just chase the Seville. They wouldn't.
Did you have a trebled feather on it?
No, I didn't.
That's why.
No, probably.
You gotta try if they're chasing it and they're not eating it.
Yeah.
Try a Spro sashimi swimmer.
Okay.
The sashimi's got a little more action, I think.
It's a little bit smaller too.
Gotcha.
Hunter fishing. This year is the epitome.
Epitome.
Why the hell do I always say epitome? Like, I know it's epitome.
You said that, and I'm looking at him. Where the hell is he reading that from?
Damn, guys, it's been a long day. This year is the epitome of fishing related to daylight hours. July was miserably hot. August was crazy cool, followed by a hot September. Bass on Hartwell seems set up for fall earlier than normal, which is exactly what Kevin Underwood said last week when I said, at what tip do they do? And he goes, well, they're already in the fall pattern now.
It's like they said, it's got more to do with the time of day than it does with water temperature.
He said, now Kevin and I talk a lot off air, and he was telling me 3 weeks ago, maybe even a month ago, that he's seeing something he hasn't normally seen, that a lot of the bass are there where they're supposed to be in the fall in August. And it might have something to do with that cool down that we had.
We had that cold snap. It reduced the water temperature significantly where I fish at
8 to 10 degrees.
It was a pretty good bit. I mean, like I step in the water to load and unload the boat sometimes, and I noticed it instantly.
Yeah. But he's been saying that for a while. So hunter fishing, that makes perfect sense based upon some of our guests. Now, Tyler Shellnut says, I throw a jig year round. It's my comfort bait, which is very good for you. And a lot of guys are like that, but a lot of guys are not. Listen, I tie them, and it is not my comfort bait. I don't know. I've said it on the show before. I've gone out there and said, I'm only going to throw a jig today. And about 15 cast in, I got a shaky head on because I got more confidence in it.
See, I was right the opposite. I was a jig confident and just not confident with a shaky head. And so I had to make myself put the jig down because that's what I would throw all the time.
So we're like yin and yang there.
Well, now I've got confidence in both of them, which I mean, shaky, it's easy to get confidence, but I just didn't throw it a lot.
All right, there you go. Adam K. That's what I'm going to start doing, Adam K. So I ain't got to try to pronounce. If I can't say epitome, right, I sure as heck can't say somebody's last name for sure. Was whacking them in Burton with a chatterbait the last few weekends. That's interesting because Burton's clear, right? That's a very clear lake.
Fish Burton.
I think everybody talks about how clear that lake is. Pull up Steve Billington there. If you want an amazing, affordable jig that also supports kids, Mission with an apostrophe fishing has amazing jigs. Yeah, so I know that guy. You're talking about Paul down in Florida. Is that the guy you're talking about, Mission Fishing? I think that's Paul down around Orlando.
I've heard the name, but I don't know who he is.
Steve, tell me, because I think he's also with Evolve Rod Sleeves. Let me know if that's the same guy you're talking about, because if that's the case, I know the gentleman. I've actually fished with that guy before when we were down in Orlando. Farmer says, if you go out at night, you better have a chatterbait tied on, parallel the bank, and hang on.
Yep.
How much night fishing goes on this time of year, though? A lot of guys do it during the summer and all that, but it seems like right about now, the nighttime tournaments have kind of ended and everybody's transitioning, right? Oh, in Allatoona, they still got the night ones?
I think they've got one more Monday night out of a 17-week tournament trail, and then 2 weeks or a week later, they do their 2-day classic. So,
Okay.
So
but it is getting towards the end of it.
It's getting towards the end.
I got you. Adam says, I agree, Hunter. He's talking about the epitome again. Fish seem to be setting up due to the daylight hours before the water temp fully drops to the fall pre-turnover temps. Again, what you just said, Alex. Vapor. Look at you. Look at you being coy right there.
I got to back up so you don't get the band hammer.
Listen, as long as you don't make fun of people, I think they're pretty good with me so far. Just don't say things about people in other states, for sure. But that is interesting. And, but it's kind of like the rut when it comes to deer hunting every year. Everybody's like, man, I can't wait for it to get cold because the rut's kicking in.
Yep. But
you'll hear more biologists say it has more to do with the photo periods, the time of day and all that kind of stuff. They know it's built into them. That was just a regular vape, right? Yeah, I know it was your water.
Sound like an anchor.
Yeah, I know it. Jigs catch them year-round, Farmer says.
Yep.
100%. Tyler Shellnut. I was going to throw a jerkbait like Underwood throws a fluke, work it until the turn, and then burn it like hell. And again, that's the way he works his flukes when he is using his forward-facing sonar, chunks it out there. The second, guys, one turns, full speed back to the boat. So I don't see why that wouldn't work with a jerkbait.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, throw a jerkbait, however makes you happy, throw the damn thing, because I've watched so many videos on people throwing jerkbaits since all the pause and the twitch, and I work it like a madman. Mm-hmm. And the fish will tell you how they're going to bite it, but don't be that. I'm telling you, just throw the darn thing and work it. And like he said, you burn it back, however you want to do it. The fish will tell you how they're going to bite it.
That's right.
I mean, don't overthink it with a jerkbait.
Don't overthink it with jerkbaits. But that is true, because it, like in the winter when you're supposed to go twitch and let it sit there for 10 seconds.
Yeah, I burn that joker.
I mean, that's just awful. I don't have that kind of patience.
No.
But we're not to that point of the year yet anyway. So if I'm looking for a kicker, it's always finesse for me, especially the jig. Now, when you say finesse,
when Steve says kicker, he's talking about a 14-inch fish.
Oh, that's right. He's a kayak. We got some kayak shade being thrown tonight here at FNGO. Steve, the opinions expressed by some of the people on this thing do not represent FNGO or its affiliates or anything like that. That's purely Alex making fun of you, okay? Alcoholic says you're not going to outrun a bass for sure. That's a hard lesson for people to learn. A lot of people kill their stuff, though, and they'll let it just fall. But a herring, especially on a herring lake, just like Kevin says, they're not going to slow down to be eaten. Let's see.
That's the one thing I learned from Kevin that makes the absolute most sense is that fish is, and I mean, I get dying fish to stop and they do their thing, but they're not stopping to get eat, and they're moving through there quick.
Yeah. But what's funny with that, and you're 100% right. But if he throws a spoon, that big flutter spoon, he lets that go down past him to the bottom, and then on the bottom he's flopping it like it's wounded.
Yeah.
But if he's fishing a fluke or something, or even an underspin, so it's like bait dependent.
Yeah.
But it is, you're right. So it's kind of weird.
Well, I mean, I've thrown a jerkbait at a dock post before and watched a 7-pounder come out and just let it sit there. And once I saw the fish move, I didn't, because obviously it saw the bait hit, it moved out to it, and literally I didn't move it, and it hit the jerkbait. I never even twitched it. So I mean, it does happen. What I'm saying is, if you're working and it gets that fish's attention and you stop it, I mean, especially on clear lakes, man, I just feel like you lose a lot of bites that way.
Sometimes, you hear guys talking about throwing like the rock crawlers and stuff, and when they dig and they hit the right thing, then they hit that pause sometimes, and sometimes that works. It does work. But when he was throwing that spoon, like, he would pick up the flukes and stuff, or he'd be throwing the topwater. I know we ain't supposed to talk, but he would do those things. And if they didn't react the right way, like if they were chasing, he's staying on that fluke and stuff like that.
Right.
But if they didn't react the right way, then he would go with that flutter spoon and let that thing die. And again, we're talking about those big Ben Parker, Ron, whatever, Jeremy spoons. And he'd flutter on down to the bottom, and then he would do that little twitch on the bottom.
Right.
So, as he always says, you let the fish tell you what they want. And so in those instances, he was like, okay, they're not running. They're not chasing. And, it could be on that day too. Maybe the fish wanted something station. Everyone, the fish will tell you.
I mean, you got sometimes where when you run it like that, where you burn it or whatever, and that instant Paul, they're so close behind it. When you stop it, they hit it right then because you just stopped it right in their face. They had no option, either hit it or turn and run. I mean, you have those things too. But if you're seeing fish just nosing up to it and looking at it, and you stop it.
Let me ask you: was it a largemouth?
The one I caught?
Yeah,
it was largemouth.
So speaking of like that, I remember when I went on Lake Notley with Kaz Anderson. And we did that live, and he had took a jig and he had skipped it up under a dock, and he worked it a little bit because of course he's like farmer, he can skip it all the way up under the walkway and all that. So he worked it through what he thought was the target zone. Then he just started reeling it in because he was going to make the next cast. Well, the second that jig came out from under that dock, Becky was right behind it. And in that instance, I watched it with my eyes. I watched him kill it, and when it dropped about 6 inches, that's when she hit it. So in that instance, it was like, but I think that bass was like committed. And it just took that one little difference in the retrieve. And then, of course, Kaz going all around the boat. It was funny to watch him do that. Bottom line outdoors, I've caught a lot of bass yo-yoing a chatterbait.
Yes, sir.
Those that fish Rocky Mountain, West Antioch's got those rock piles. That's very effective on rock piles deep for those largemouth out there. Our buddy from Kentucky, Jeremy. From now till dead winter, I'm cranking everything from a square bill to a DT10 and swim baiting. So Jeremy is going with the moving. And it's kind of like what you were saying. Because I know we talk shaky heads and jigs now. We're slow presentation there unless you're on a swim jig. But it seems like a lot of guys are like moving baits. Because even you said a spinner bait. So it's like the action. A lot of guys are going with, let me ask you this. Is that more of a reaction bite in the fall?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think it's a reaction bite. I like the spinner bait because I think it comes better through cover too, better than a chatterbait.
Oh, yeah. Now that I can agree with.
So,
but I'm just looking at the answers, and everything is like, it seems like you have two camps. Those throwing a jig and a shaky head, and they're slowing down, dragging. And then I'm going to ask you a question in a second. Or the guys are moving something fast or being very aggressive, like what you're saying with your jerkbait. I know, Alex, you throw a shaky head a lot.
Yeah.
This time of year, how are you working your shaky head right now?
Same way I always work it.
And how is that?
Just pop, 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 reel up the slack, pop, pop, pop.
Now, when you say pop, pop, pop,
I'm not pulling it up off the water.
You just kind of dragging it a couple times,
shaking that tail a little bit. I shake the line more than I'm shaking anything.
So you're trying to keep contact with the bottom the entire time. Yeah. And I guess if you were working a jig right now, same way.
Exactly the same way.
Okay. All right.
yeah, it's a bottom bait, so it's got to be down there.
I'm just wondering if he was working it aggressive or not. So you say you're more subtle than aggressive.
Yeah,
right now.
If I'm working it aggressive, it's because I'm trying to pull it through a lay down or something like that and not get hung up.
I got you. David Weaver. The jig worked real well this June when the topwater bite wasn't working well. Yeah, but we still didn't talk about the jig much this year. Do you remember us talking about it a lot at all during the summer?
No.
I mean, we know guys are throwing it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Wasn't the topwater bite late this year, though?
It was.
So June,
It was hit and miss like it's been the last few years on a lot of lakes.
Yeah.
It wasn't that epic Lake Lanier, at least on Lake Lanier, 3 to 5, 6 years ago, it was like, that was the ultimate experience. Like it was, guys were throwing topwater, and I know we wanted to, they throw it from the second it starts all the way to like into December.
Well, it was on Tuesday.
It was on Tuesday.
It was on Tuesday.
Gotcha. Adam 2002. I smashed him on topwater this spring when the cicadas were out. And that makes sense. That does make sense. Aquaholic says, I went from a shaky head to a Texas rig, literally the same thing, but I seem to catch more on the Texas rig. And I know you fish Lanier a lot. When I've told this story, when Ryan and I went out one time, we used the exact same worm, dipped it, the tail exactly the same. He was throwing shaky head and I was throwing a Texas rig. And we were throwing in the same spot, just going down the bank. And he absolutely hammered me on the shaky head. I didn't get bit near as much on the Texas rig, but I know Dana with FCP Fishing, he throws a Texas rig a lot. So maybe it could have been just that day, but we were kind of experimenting to see. And like I would throw in a spot and not get bit, and Ryan would throw the shaky head in the exact same spot and he'd get bit. So of course it didn't take me long to switch back to a shaky head. Adam says, I enjoy your guys' content on here first time. I have to catch you all. I've caught you all live. And hey, listen, I appreciate you watching on TikTok, but if you go to FNGO on YouTube, then you get to see the cameras on all the guys. Unfortunately, we only have one camera on TikTok that just gets me and Alex. and the mics are not as good. But if you go to FNG on YouTube, much better experience. But we appreciate you joining us. Don't sleep on a jig getting burned fast either. Let it hit the bottom, tap, tap, and burn. Tap, tap, and burn. So basically, swim jigging it.
Yep.
Mhm.
And a lot of people, what's funny is a lot of people think that they got to go out and buy a swim jig
Yeah.
to use a swim jig. Any jig you can swim it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the Arky is like the 4x4 of all heads, because you can skip it, work it slow, swim it, and everything. But that's true.
Yep.
Water temp is 75 still at the lake. I have been fishing lately. Bait out everywhere. Where is that at, buddy? If you don't mind telling us. Paul B says I'm weird. I use a jig all year round. Lots of guys do.
I keep a rod. I have a jig rod. It's always got a jig on it.
Same.
It
Always.
does. I just wish I had the confidence in it. Fish Trap Lake in eastern Kentucky. So, hey, Jeremy Conrad, we got another Kentucky boy on here tonight. So that's pretty cool. That 75, though. So you see in Kentucky, they still got a few degrees cooler than what we are. And Toto on Lanier is back up to 80. Now, Craftmaster said the turnover is happening on Hartwell in one section. Now, see, Messick came on the lunch break today, and he said that he was hearing about the turnover happening, guys talking about it on Hartwell. It just seems way too early. I mean, I'm not a scientist, so I mean, I can't say it won't happen, but doesn't it seem like to you guys that that's kind of early?
Yeah.
It does seem early to me, especially when it feels 91 degrees outside all week.
I always thought like the magic temp was like when you get in the low 60s. Because with the turnover, don't you have to?
Well, you got the turnover start, and then you've got the actual turnover.
So you might be seeing the methane bubbles
you're seeing
and
some
stuff
of the
like that.
But when that bottom lifts up off the bottom, that's when you start getting that true flip.
When you see crap floating,
Yeah.
that's it. No topwater bite at all last weekend there, which is weird to me. Listen, it's been kind of crazy in a lot of places. There were a lot of bubbles in the Chestatee yesterday, and that's kind of what Kevin said. So I think you might be seeing it getting ready, but I still think we're still a while away from the big. This is how far back we're in the comments. When we asked Tracy what size spinner bait, half ounce.
All right.
Y'all need to start tying jigs on the show and catch up on our orders, Aaron Young. It's
Oh,
just
Lord.
me, man. They know y'all. It's just me. It is just me. I'm trying my best. What's up, Far Dog? Hey, listen, y'all remind me, like, I gotta get Aaron's jigs.
All
I think, did you order some? I don't know. There's so many orders out there. See, they're talking about Dance Nil. Let's do this. Scroll all the way down to the bottom because we are so far behind. Look at that.
We're way behind.
All right, guys, like we are like an
Wow.
hour and a half behind in the comments.
Damn,
So
why
what
did
we're
I
going to do, we're going to start with Steve Billington's. And you guys, if you had one, type it again, please. Type it again because it's just, y'all know how it works here. I'm going to jerk bait them and crank them on the rig when I go this weekend. And Thomas Alexander, love the show as always. Man, we appreciate you guys. Kind comments. So let's just do it. We'll start with Steve. What do the bubbles mean for transition? I always just thought that was turtles on the bottom. So from what I understand, methane gas builds up as things are rotting on the bottom, as you get decay and everything. And kind of like it takes a while, but then it starts releasing that methane. That's what I've been told. I'm sure there's somebody, like if we had Thad Moody on here, they could explain it. Some biologist or fisheries biologist or something like that could tell you a lot better. But that's what I always thought, and that's what I've been told.
Well, you don't see the bubbles everywhere all at one time either.
Right. Okay, yeah. I mean, you don't. Like I think that's why they're saying they see them on certain parts of the lake here and there. Yeah. Danny, tell John once I'm done working at the house, I'll get out and fish with him. There you go. So that's for you, John. Jeremy Conrad, I guess that's to you, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's you. All right, I got you. I fish a lake that you have to snap a jig a foot or so off the bottom, and on the way back down, that's when they hit it. So very aggressive working. So that slow dragging doesn't work as good there. And there's some lakes like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm a dragger.
Yeah.
When I start popping jigs, I don't feel near as confident. Do you? Is there a time when
Well,
you
that
would snap?
crawfish, which is imitating, is scooting along the bottom. It's not flaring way up and down again.
Unless it's running.
Every once in a while, like if they're following
I
it,
agree with you.
if I'm watching them on the scope and they're following it, and they won't hit it, I'll pop it up.
Just to give them a different something,
Yeah,
kind of try to trigger
and-
that strike.
Yeah, and if they're gonna hit it, that's when they do.
Okay.
I learned that from old farmer.
Now, Adam says big jig or finesse jig. Excuse me. Big jig or finesse jig this time of year.
Big, always. Always a big one. I never throw a finesse jig.
Now, when you say big, you're talking like a regular full size 3/8 or something like that.
Yep.
You're not talking about them little spotty. That's when they say finesse.
No.
I don't ever throw finesse jigs. What about you, Tony?
No, I take my jigs. I always throw either a 1/2 ounce or 3/8, but I trim the skirts back, maybe trim the weed guard. But I always, I'll trim the Z-Crawl Junior. I'll trim the front back to where the hook goes through. I'll trim the front part of it off to make it a smaller, but it's still a full size jig. It's not the full.
You're changing the profile.
Just changing the profile, but it's still a heavier jig. It's not a little tiny 1/4 ounce deal or nothing like that.
What about
Greenfish has got a mini jig that weighs 3/8 and a 1/2 ounce.
Yeah.
And they're not bad jigs. So you can still get a
They
big
make nice
profile by
stuff.
putting a bigger crawl or whatever trailer you're going to put on it.
And I guess
So I like to use that a lot. And I will throw the spotty too.
I know you Alatoona boys love the spotty.
Yeah.
Y'all do love that. I know at one point we used to make a jig that had a little trocar, kind of that. It's hard to, I forget the name of the hook, but it kind of come up, has like like it's not a round, it was more like triangular shape.
Like square back or whatever.
Kind of like something like that. But the head would be a 1/4, 3/8, or a 1/2, but the jig itself was small. I still got the hooks. I probably could time if I'd find the thing. I only use swimming jigs, the most versatile jig. Now, I will say that Farmer has said before that sometimes if he's fishing brush, he'll use a swim head because he can run it actually through the brush a little bit, he feels like. So that's interesting. Hunter fishing. Make sure I'm good on TikTok. Yeah, we're good over there. I was anti-jig forever. Thought a jig fish would bite a shaky head, but a shaky fish may not bite a jig. That's true. Well, I forced myself to throw it, and I learned to skip it, and now I always have one.
Mm-hmm.
I think when you get the ability to skip a jig, it does open up a lot of possibilities.
Yes,
For sure.
For sure.
Cranking and yanking. What I had said was, yes, I always have a rattle trap tied on, just like ringing the dinner bell. I wonder how many fish have like been caught on just the brand rattle trap, just their stuff alone. I bet it's a ton of them.
bunch.
But it's a ton for sure.
A lot of people don't throw it anymore though.
Like you're talking about the rattle trap, or just,
Yeah.
why is that?
I really don't know. But a lot of people don't. I think maybe because there's been so many crankbaits that have come out, as well as chatterbaits now,
Yeah,
underspins.
right. Oh, you're saying like the lipless crank in
Yeah.
general, not the brand rattle trap,
No,
just
no,
lipless in
lipless.
general.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Just rattle traps, period.
I agree with that. And it doesn't get talked about a lot.
No.
So yeah, for sure. That is at Toledo. Okay. there
Yeah,
you
he's
go.
at Toledo Bend at the Bassmaster Kayak Series.
Have you guys seen or thrown the new 4.0 square bill? I have not. I have
No.
not. Maybe somebody in the comment section will say they have. I have been seeing a lot of bubbles at Rocky too lately. So I mean, it's coming, guys. It is coming. Stillwater Films. I marshaled an Elite Series tournament. One of the anglers I was with worked the jig super fast. I thought he was swimming it, but he said he was just hopping it on the bottom fast to cover more water.
Farmer does that.
But you're looking for more aggressive fish that way too.
I fish my jig that way. I don't drag it. I hop.
You're a hopper.
Yep.
You're fast.
I hop.
Aquaholic says, I have an armadillo in my yard. Will it make good bait? Possum on a half shell. Man, yeah, you don't want to, them things are nasty. That's a nasty
In
critter.
a gator lake, it would.
In a gator lake, it would be. Put it on a 10-aught hook under a big float or a limb line and see what you get right there. But that is interesting. And we talk about pros and all that, and of course, not all of them are on camera. But it would be really curious to see, like, if you took every elite guy and said all you could fish with was a jig, and see how many different ways they're fishing it. Just see who's slow, who's fast. Not good, Lord. Atlanta Outdoors, pull them up. Just pulled in a largemouth on a buzzbait when y'all mentioned chatterbaits at night. I get it.
Buzzbaits don't work at night on Lanier anymore, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah, they don't work. They don't work. That's a strike against you, Atlanta Outdoors, for saying Topwater.
Who was the first one who had a strike? Yeah,
I don't
Doug
remember.
Rice.
Are evergreen shower blows worth the price? Pittman 981. Yes.
Yeah, it's a great,
Yes.
great top water bait.
Yes. Especially on a herring lake. Yes.
Yep.
I think everybody here around here, at least I can tell you in North Georgia, you'll find very few people to say no on that one for sure. Let's see. Looking for info fishing on Gunnersville. I know there's a public ramp at Raccoon Creek. Is there another access point in the Raccoon Creek Wildlife Management Area? So any of you guys that are familiar with Gunnersville and you're familiar with Raccoon Creek, is there another access point in the Raccoon area? Now, Nate Fisher answers your question, Pittman. Oh, they're absolutely worth it. Caught a ton on a shower blow, for sure. Let's see. I always throw a finesse jig. Not sure why, but I do. Steve Billington says he throws a 3/8 football only. 3/8 is the one. I mean, if I'm throwing a jig, it's a 3/8. Occasionally, maybe a quarter. I cannot throw a half-ounce jig just because I am a slow puller, and it just feels like I'm catching every bit of debris on the bottom. So maybe if I hopped it, maybe I'd get more confidence in a half-ounce.
I don't know. I feel like the half-ounce keeps me that contact that I want. So
But you want it there.
But even though I am hopping it, I still get that. I know it's going right back down. I just get that full contact. I don't know. I like it.
You're not coming that far off the bottom when
No.
you do that, for sure. Tyler Shelnut says, I throw a Georgia Blade 7/16 ball head jig, the crawl bite. You know, a lot of people don't talk about the ball head jig. I mean, I tie them, I make them. I don't have them on the site, but when a guy comes in and says, I'd like a ball head jig, once I get done with air and stuff, I might try to tie a few, you know. Was it like 4 episodes in a row? He's reminding me to hurry the hell up and get the jigs tied and all that. I'm trying, boss. I'm trying. Let's see. I got to get my TikTok guys back up. We're getting towards the question of the night.
Yep.
We're getting closer. You guys get ready. And in true Fish North Georgia fashion, because I said we're not going to talk topwater tonight, when we do the question of the night, your prize is going to be a Chapo. It's going to be a Chapo. Just letting you guys know that. We'll do a couple more, but Kevin, get warmed up right there, okay?
Didn't take me long.
Well, you're old. It don't take anybody long when you get old.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. Is that not the truth? Yeah, awful. Let's see.
And you're quick too.
You're quick. Quick to the trigger. Danny, we had a Bengal tiger kill his trainer. He was performing in a cage in front of children. Tiger bit his throat out. Well, hell, far dog. That was like that come out of. I didn't have that on my bingo card.
There's
in
his
the
follow-up.
conversation.
There's
his follow-up.
Said tiger was previously owned by Joe Exotic of Tiger King. Wow.
Y'all watch that show?
Yeah, I did. I watched it.
I've never
Watched an episode of it, but good Lord, my wife and my daughter and all them did. I'm like, there's just some things I can't watch.
Yeah,
I can't watch. Jeremy Conkright. I throw everything from a 3/8 ounce to a ounce and a half.
Yeah. And
now the ounce and a half jig is for punching grass. Did I read that right?
Yep.
Because you know what I want to say? Oz. Oz. Okay. Steven Sturgeon. Okay, he said, I did do an episode this summer that talked about Jig Summit. It was suggested that I watch Seth Fighter.
Yes.
Seth Fighter. Not yet. Seth Fighter. That was Ryan was on.
Yep. That's right.
Ryan was on. We did talk about it. He said, if you want to watch how to work jig, especially in like crap and like garbage and all that, watch Seth Fighter. You're right. Herschel says, I prefer a full-size jig, but in 1/4 ounce with a black and blue trailer. Zoom chunk. Drag is slow on the bottom. It's so interesting to me. We could have 100 guys on, and there'll be 65, 70 different ways that people work their jigs. Now, everybody's got their own little, nuance when it comes to that.
Has to do with confidence.
Yep.
Oh, for sure. For sure. We're going to take it all the way down to Cranking and Yankees. When we get to his, we will
all right.
We'll do the question of the night right
All
there.
right.
So where are we at?
Tyler.
I can skip a jig well, but I don't fish docks enough to catch them like that, for sure. And listen, one of the reasons I can't skip is because 90% of the lakes that I fished didn't have docks or any reason to skip. There's only once I got on Lanier that I was like, oh, Lord, I need to work on this big time. What's up, Ed? And 7-6 Seahawks and Cardinals, end of 1/4. Well, I'm glad. Listen, honestly, that's a game I could miss that game. Yeah. There's some good college football on Saturday, though, for you guys that are into college football, for sure.
I try to skip my baits everywhere, not just around docks and cover.
Well, I think it's easy, though, for you because you're in a kayak.
Yeah, but I just think that it gives a better presentation of maybe like a bait fish fleeing around on top of the water rather than just going.
Sure. For sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Makes sense. I always have a jig tied on. Doug says, I like a full-size jig. I tried the Bitsy jigs. Never worked for me. Seems like such a small profile for sure. Craftmaster said, on our lakes, when you see the snot grass floating with the bubbles, I guess that's the turnover. He said, when you see it, It can happen on any section anytime during the fall and more than once. Just move. Don't think why. Okay. Hey, good advice right there. And this is the last one we're going to do before we do the question of the night. Cranky and Yankee says a rattle trap is made in Alexandria, Louisiana. The only lipless I use, chrome with a black back.
He's talking about Bill Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it. All right, so here's what we're going to do. All right, see you, Steve Billington. He's got to run. And guys, so what we're going to do again, we're going to scroll all the way down. First one to answer the question. How many answers?
3 answers.
3 answers. And it's not going to be impossible tonight, right?
Oh, it's so easy.
It's so easy. So if you guys don't get it, it's on you. So first
Well,
one.
I thought you were giving a Hellraiser away at first, so that's why I made it easy.
You know what? Hold on a second.
You got to blow the dust off of that thing.
I can't stand either one of these damn baits hanging on my wall, so I'll try to get rid of both of them. You're going to get a Hellraiser and a Chapo. Whew. Okay, that's a good price.
Double up.
Now, listen, here's the deal, though, guys. Please don't make us say this. There's how many answers?
3.
If you put one answer in the comment, I'm going to call you out tonight. All 3. You have all 3 answers in one single comment. One single comment. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Go ahead. Lay it out there.
All right. What town did Harry and Charlie reside in, according to Bassmaster Magazine? What 2 towns was this location situated between? And who wrote the very first Harry and Charlie? I'll read them again. Question 1. What town did Harry and Charlie reside in, according to Bassmaster Magazine? Question 2. What 2 towns was this location situated between? And 3, who wrote the very first Harry and Charlie?
Well, to answer that, you got to know who Harry and Charlie are for sure. And while you guys are doing that, I'm going to read Matt Brown. Matt Brown came on, was it the lunch break or actual live? Well, I can't remember. He was talking about line twist. And what are you laughing at?
Who in the hell are
Harry and Charlie? Yeah, you got to know who they are. So line twist update. I dropped down a 12-pound test, and it seemed to help slightly. Along with a heavy-duty swivel, it worked great all day. So hopefully that is it. That's
What's he throwing? I wasn't watching the lunch break today.
this has been like last week or something like that he was talking about. He was
Oh yeah, I remember that now. Yeah.
So we were like maybe drop down in line and stuff like that because it was with a bait caster.
Mm-hmm.
And I was saying like I've never had a line twist problem with a bait caster. So but anyway, damn, you read Harry and Charlie like that. You got to know who that is. Now, Big Harry Bowles. Not balls, but bowls he says the line twist is caused from the lure rolling. We were talking about scrounger heads that day. I think we were talking about the scrounger, and he was saying he was getting line twist.
Yep. Well, nope. He's got 2.
Who are we talking about?
We don't have an answer yet.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah. Throwing the scrounger. A lot of you guys were talking about that. He was throwing a scrounger. And what's up, Cletus? He's here. But, it was hunter fishing. That was close.
No.
Okay. So anyway, yeah. So, but a lot of guys said downsize your line. There was a lot of different things. So I can't recall what the third question was.
Who wrote the very first Harry and Charlie?
Doesn't matter what it
There
is.
we
If
go.
the lure rolls,
There we
your
go.
line will
We
twist.
You get it?
We got it.
Who got it?
Check that one out there.
Atlanta Outdoors.
Yeah.
Swamp.
Nope. That's not right.
Oh, yep. You're right. It's not.
But you're
right.
close. You were close. You're right, Big Harry Bowles. I mean, that's his screen name. Bowles. That O. How do you pronounce that O with that little squiggly line thing across it? Is it ah?
Yeah.
Listen, look, he's laughing like that. I don't want to say it that way, man. Bowles is what you're gonna get here.
He wants us to put the question on the screen.
Who does?
We can start doing that.
To top it all out.
He said I'm doing a great job. Listen. We're just gonna call you Big Harry, and then let everybody else figure out the rest. Big Harry B. So,
Can I read it again?
yeah, go ahead.
All right. What town did Harry and Charlie reside in, according to Bassmaster Magazine? What 2 towns was the location situated between? And who wrote the very first Harry and Charlie?
There you go. So you got okay. You guys keep figuring it out. Kevin
Kevin's, yeah.
McShann, let's pull him up. While you guys, I'm gonna read that question while you guys are still continuing to look. What areas are you targeting with a jig? Just shallow or running deeper points or both? I mean, if I'm throwing it, I'm targeting structure. I feel like if I'm on like a rocky point and it's deeper, I know a lot of guys will. That's when I go to the shaky head. But I feel like if I'm near a blowdown or a dock or something like that,
and deep brush,
yeah. But if it's devoid of structure and it's just a rocky point, and I'm saying rock, I know rocks are structure, but I'm thinking more like something you got to crawl it through. It's when I'll go with a jig. A lot of you guys are really close, is all I can say.
Yeah, they are.
Y'all need to make it like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire when you put the question up. You guys fish a brush hog in the fall? A lot of guys still do. A lot of guys down here will fish a brush hog on the end of a Carolina rig. I know Dave Aldridge, I believe, does, and he throws it. He like the brush hog junior, but he might throw that out at Gunnersville a lot. Well, what are you laughing at, Tony?
Oh, I'm not. No, I'm not laughing.
Is it because these guys? Which one are they not getting?
All right, I'll give you a clue.
No, horse shit. Every time I give a clue, you get mad at me.
No, you give them the answer.
Okay, give him a clue. Give him a clue.
There are two names that wrote it.
There we go.
Is that going to help them?
Yeah, because the first two they've gotten. It's the last one that's killing them.
What's that? What's that one right there?
That's it.
Okay, we have a winner.
Adam
K. Kovacevic. Did I say that? Kovacevic?
maybe.
That sounds right, don't it?
I mean, you can't read epitome, but you got Kovacevic.
I couldn't read epitome, but I got Kovacevic. You're right.
Adam K.
Adam K. Swamp Gas Corners. The location was between Onion City and Possumburg, Cliff Shelby, and Don Worth.
That's it.
There you go. Close enough for me. Don Worth was writing about Danny and Josh in the town of Ball Ground located between Jasper and Canton. Kid, you smart ass right there. My dad caught, okay, anyway, Adam, I don't know if you've ever won anything before. If you have not, well, even if you have, I'm sure I forgot it. Go to Facebook and either at Fish North Georgia or Danny Pruitt, my personal page, email me your address, okay? And I'll get email. Give me your address on that, and then I'll get it out there to you for sure. So my dad caught a 3+ pounder on it last fall on Douglas Lake at the Big Bass. So, I mean, I find the brush hog seemed to be it's a lot more popular where guys throw Texas rigs, and it seemed to be a lot more popular, at least with guys that fish more like ponds and mid-sized lakes. We don't hear it talked about a lot on like Lanier or Alatoona unless somebody's pulling it on a Carolina rig.
Brush hog?
Yeah.
Man, with Dowie, they love it out there.
You like it at with Dowie?
I don't use it. I don't have it. I've seen guys fish with me just wear them out.
Do you think that's because you got a lot of largemouth?
That's a spot lake too, though.
Oh, that's right.
We've got a very good largemouth population, but man, the spots will kill it out there.
Will they?
Yes, I've seen guys just wear me out from the back of a boat with a dang brush
with
hog.
a full-size brush hog or with a junior?
They'll go with a mid or the small. Yeah,
now, do they throw it on a Texas rig?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Like that. I got it wrong for 500. Ryan Barker said. Didn't know the answer tonight, but I do know we talking about Topwater. Doug, come on now.
He's trying. He's on like strike 2 or 3, right? I mean,
Doug, listen,
just kidding.
Listen, Doug's gonna take me hunting in Kentucky, so like he gets an extra strike.
Well, you might want to just go ahead and give him a walk to first. Then, if that's what he's
Doug,
going to do,
you're free to go.
Yeah, you just go ahead and round the bases, buddy.
Big Harry B says, "I'll make them eat any plastic." I wish I had that talent. Fish Trap is full of largemouth, and it has a population of smallmouth. This little lake that I fish. Gosh, I wish we had a pure smallmouth lake still where you could just go target smallmouth here in Georgia for sure. Atlanta Outdoors says, Tracy Coker, we'll see you, buddy. Aaron Young says, brush hog is great in dirty water lakes. I can see that. Atlanta Outdoors says, Texas rig a baby brush over a worm. Over a worm, he says.
I may have to stop giving them away, I guess. Try them. I don't know.
I ain't thrown a brush hog in a hot minute. Now, I did do what George Thornton said, baby brush hog on a Carolina rig because Dave talked about it. But I'm not a big Carolina rig guy.
I saw a post the other day. Somebody says nobody ties a Carolina rig with joy in their heart.
No, and I can see that. But now, Kevin, of all the people here, you probably throw a Carolina rig more than anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Are you excited when you tie it on? Or you like, dadgummit, I just got it there.
You know, I used to hate to throw that, but some of the guys I was fishing with, we go into a tournament, we're trying to beat each other. We're not worried about winning first place. That's
Right,
how competitive it is. They would just kill us on that damn Carolina rig. So I started picking it up to throw it. You know, another thing we haven't seen mentioned was an A rig.
Nobody has said an
Yeah,
A-rig.
you're right.
No.
That's because it's not sexy right now. It's out of style. 5 years ago, everybody would have said A-rig up there.
Mm-hmm.
When's the last time you threw a spinnerbait? Oh, I threw one this summer, Big Harry B. I think a lot of us do throw a spinnerbait a decent amount. Do you, Alex?
I threw one Saturday night.
Yeah. But not during the daytime, do you throw them as much as you do the nighttime stuff?
I throw them more at Latham than I do at Lanier.
Depending on so it's lake dependent.
Yeah.
What about you, Tony?
I mean, I just started really. I mean, I've thrown it before, but I just this last year started making it one of my
You're more chatterbait guy than you're the chatterbait guy. Though.
chatterbait. And like I said, if it's windy, like that little chop on the water, I'm always picking that jerkbait up. It's just a bad habit. But I did pick up the spinnerbait more this year. I mean, so
well, it's about time on Lanier for guys to start throwing that mini-me because they can burn it like crazy.
now I will say that one of the episodes we did before I was over on the show, Ryan got on here and he gave all his spinnerbait. So I bought a crap ton of the stuff that he recommended. So I've got all of it in the box. I've got it all.
You just ain't told it yet.
I went, but no, I've caught them on West Point. I've used them a lot.
Yeah.
I'm just not that confident with it. I'm more confident now than I was then. But yeah.
Matt Brown loves a C rig, and Big Harry B says it's because them A rigs are $65. I put it on a 100-pound drag so I can get it back. That is one downside of that.
I mean, throwing that A rig's almost like throwing that down.
Pull up, cranking and yanking. That grumpy ass. Look at him. Pull it up. Pull him up.
Listen here.
Oh,
Griping and yiping.
White Shoes Johnson up there, like A riggers and live scopers. Same.
Huh.
But you know what? Listen, though, in all fairness, a lot of guys are like that because you got so many hooks. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like they want to be all traditional. Give them a hook or one bait. I kind of get that. I know some guys that are like that with A-rig.
Yeah.
They do not like it for sure. Atlanta Outdoors says, let's see, Jeremy says, I throw the fire out of an A-rig. Atlanta Outdoors says, I used to hate the brush hog, watched Richard DeJean tutorial and started catching them with it, how he rigs it and trims it. So he's got some stuff.
I have to look at that.
Pittman 981, what was the question again? It's already been answered there, dog.
Yeah.
If you're talking about the question of the night, I can't even repeat it. Generally, listen, I'll be honest, when he reads that question of the night, like I tune out because I know I can't answer it, and I just watch you guys try to get it. Reaction Innovations came out with a variation of the brush hog called the Man Bear Pig. That's a really good one for Texas rig or Carolina rig. So Man Bear Pig.
Somebody told me that, so I bought a whole bunch of them in the warmouth color. It's a mixture of green and or whatever. I didn't catch nothing. But I'm not saying they're not good.
You just didn't have no fun with
the brush hog. I'm not good with the brush hog either. So maybe it's just I need to try it some more. But yeah, I've got 6 packs of those things hanging on the bait wall at the house, and I ain't caught nothing with them.
They used to throw them all the time. Parker caught 20 plus today on Lanier.
Man, I was going to a job interview today, and I was looking at the cloud cover, and I was like, man, I bet they're biting right now.
Yeah, I'll bet they are. Anyone throw a 7-inch fluke weightless? Now, I'll tell you this. I had a conversation with a guy today, and we had another guy in here that's going to be pouring some stuff for me to put in the store. And I was telling him that, a lot of guys have your regular size, super fluke size, regular fluke. And then a lot of guys, at least here on Lanier, make a little 3.5-inch one too, made for scoping, cranking and yanking, made for scoping and stuff. But the gentleman that was sitting in here with us, he goes, I've actually gone bigger. And he started throwing the bigger flukes, weightless, kind of like your big swim baits, your glides and all that. I'm just saying, he says he's having some success with it. So, yeah, maybe we need to start throwing them for sure. Let's see. A lot of guys don't throw it because it's exhausting to throw, for sure.
Yeah.
And then 6 cents Hogwalla is money on Lanier right now. Any color. Any color. Man's got some confidence in that bait right there for sure. Now, Gone Fishing with Ed said, shh, A-rig is my go-to in the fall on choke points like bridges. I can see that. I could see that for sure. Now, Adam wants to know, what A-rig rod setup are y'all using?
Just a swim bait rod.
Just right. Yeah, I guess that's about right.
Yeah, you got to have something to throw close to 2 ounces or better.
Oh, yeah. Now, Danny with Crossbait says, we make a 6-inch fluke bait we call the Sista Twitch. And yes, I looked at it. So, yeah, you're going to hear you'll be getting my order and all that next week for sure. I've already looked at it. Stealth rig, Matt Brown said, yank it, I'll scope all day, but I'm not throwing an A-rig. I'm on Rayburn, but that 7-inch fluke is so easy to fish. You can do it with a beer in your hand. Hey, listen, now that's my kind of bait. But what do you do when you actually set the hook on one? Do you drop the beer? I'm just curious. I want to know how that all works out there. Biz Baits has some awesome 3 and 4 bladed spinner baits for sure. Oh, Tim Hancock. Tim, you're up past your bedtime tonight. A-rigs are a pain in the ass to lay down when you're not using them. They get tangles and everything. That is the one downside to that. There's really no good way at all to mess with those things. Now, Cranking and Yankee says, an A-rig injures fish I used once, got the fish back to the boat, and it had 5 hooks in its belly and other places. That does happen.
So if you're throwing your A-rig on a bait caster, get you an Evolve rod sleeve, but get a spinning sleeve.
Yep.
And you can pull it right down, and it'll pull the arms all down together and keep it nice and contained.
There's your FNGO tip of the night from Alex. That is a good point because it's bigger.
Yeah.
That is a very good point. How do y'all tie a Carolina rig?
I don't know because I don't throw one.
Okay, Kevin. It's your show right now. How do you tie your Carolina rig?
Well, I'm throwing 15-pound mono to start with.
Okay.
Okay. And then I tie a leader to that.
Right.
Cigar. But I've got, from the swivel, I've got the bead and then the weight. And then I've got a bobber stopper about an inch behind the weight. And then from the leader down, I've got probably 14 to 18 inches.
A fluoro.
Depending on what the water clarity is. If it's real clear, it's going to be closer to 4 feet.
Oh, you'll go longer and get it away from that weight and all that.
Yep. If it's real clear.
And do you use a plastic bead or glass or what kind of bead?
Plastic.
Use a plastic.
Glass breaks.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. And as far as like any special knot you tie your swivel, anything like that, you just do an old clinch or whatever.
No, I did the
Polymer. But that's a simple setup.
Just simple and quick and go.
Mono has your weight and your bead on it and your bobber stopper to the swivel, fluoro from the swivel to the hook. Okay, simple enough. Right there. Far Dog. Oh, he says, Big Harry B says, just reel down. Don't slackline the hook. It won't hook up right if you rip it. Okay.
You pull it right out of their mouth.
Pull it right out of the mouth. Hey, if you guys will buy some Norman speed clips in the musky size, it will help your Carolina rig to be quicker. Musky size. So that's got to be a heavy duty clip. Hey, that'll work. I throw an A-rig real heavy, but only between the months of November and March, which a lot of guys do. But like I know some guys that throw it all year long and they catch fish all year long. Go to fall bait, a cast net. I mean, you just cast net those things. Use live bait. Captain Morgan. Here in Anderson, South Carolina, on Hartwell, we are seeing all sorts of different things. The thermocline is less definitive in some areas, and fish are scattering a little more than normal this time of year. When it came to the thermocline this year, like we talked about it some, but we really didn't spend a lot of time on it because it didn't seem to be an issue in some places. I know Kevin mentioned it.
Yeah, he talked about it a little bit.
Kevin did, but we haven't really spent a ton of time this year on the thermocline. Now, Danny at Crossbait Co. says, use a peg stop above your sea rig. Stops weight from slipping up when using a long leader. That's kind of what you said. Use a bobber stop right there.
Right.
For sure. Adam says, I've caught a few on a 7-inch Demiki Armor Shad. Matt Brown's Carolina rig is a 1-ounce weight glass bead swivel, 2 to 3 foot of leader, and the hook of choice, 16-pound main line to a 14-pound leader. Matt, I believe, where are you out of again? I know we talked about it the other day. And is your main line fluoro or mono? Or both of them? I figure your leader has got to be fluoro.
I use Big Game 15 because you just can't break that stuff.
Listen, you can drag fat women all over the country with Big Game. What are you laughing at? I'm serious. That is the toughest line in the world.
I keep some.
Huh? You keep some?
I keep some.
And in my line?
No, it's good stuff.
Let's see. The Armor Shad swims really good. That hog waller is money too. I agree. You ain't got to pull any up till I tell you. I'm just going to go read and try to catch up. I've caught some lately in schools on Hartwell. The A-Rig, a 5-4-1 Abu Revo and a 7.6 medium heavy or heavy rod. What's it? All right, Ditch Pickle, you go to work, buddy. Appreciate you stopping by. Man Bear Pig. touted a few years ago by Tactical Bassin. Bought a bag then and caught one 4-pound largemouth on it out of a tree. Nothing since, but haven't thrown them much. Maybe next time out. Again, one of those great names that we just come up with in the fishing industry too. Jeremiah says he throws his A-rig on a 710 medium heavy and 17-pound line. A lot of people throw them on unnecessary heavy gear. Bible Bass TV. Going to Alatoona tomorrow for Dad's birthday. What's the water level?
I think it's down about 5 feet.
Down about 5 feet is what Kevin said.
We'll find out.
You'll find out real quick. I'll drag an 8-inch mag lizard all year on a sea rig. Now, see, that's another thing too. We don't talk lizards a lot.
Yep.
Because we don't use them, or guys that use them don't talk about it, but they do talk about it anytime we talk about an A-rig.
Yeah.
I mean, excuse me, Carolina rig. I do know that on Alatoona, though, he's talking about throwing a Mag 8. A lot of guys throw the 4-inch. They go a little bit smaller down here. I use no bobber stop. That prevents the fish from being able to get the bait without feeling the sinker. I got what you're saying. I got what you're saying on that, too.
4.22.
So Alatoona's down 4.22 right now.
That rain probably brought it up a little bit too.
It might have. Derek Spicer, 7.6. Jacob Wheeler, 2.0 heavy. So I bought the rod sleeve for the A-rig, so there you go.
Yeah.
My bedtime has gone to hell in a handbasket since the surgery. My knee does not like me trying to sleep. It wakes me up like a 5-alarm fire in my leg. You ever had knee surgery or anything like that? Oh, yeah. I get. How did that feel after that happened?
It was rough.
Do you know what? Like, seriously, how long you been coming up here?
Long time.
That's the first time I noticed you're missing half your finger, dude.
Yeah, I actually cut it in half, like with my thumb too.
Do you have like a good story, or what did you do?
It was a table saw.
You got to lie to me. Give me a better story, like, table saw.
They actually took my finger off and put it somewhere else. How about that?
Because
I ain't so bad, am I? It's contagious.
I'm not trying to figure out what that looks like. I'm just trying to figure out when you pull it out, does it do this now?
You ever seen one with a fingernail?
Yeah. Yeah. And do you paint it?
I do.
You paint your nails and all that? You're disgusting. I can't believe I hang out.
It's not me. It's the people I hang out with.
It's not me. It's the people I hang out with. Anyone ever walleye fish with a Carolina rig? Interesting,
No.
right there. We used to use night crawlers and a needle syringe to pump air pockets into them so that the worm floats up off the bottom.
I've heard about people doing that
But
before.
I could see, we've never done it, but I could see that for sure. George Thornton said, and we're back on the A-rig. He said, use the lure wraps on the A-rig to keep tangles out of Bass Pro Shop sells the lure wrap. So that's another option right there for sure. James Ramsey. Gonna be camping on Lanier this weekend. Where would y'all start? Gonna be mid-lake area. What campground you going out of? Just out of curiosity. I mean,
Victoria's closed, I know.
I would start around 369 Bridge in that marina that's right there. That's it.
Is he on?
He's on
Lanier,
Lanier.
not Tuna.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he's on Lanier. That's what I was. Oh yeah, you said Victoria. I was like, what is that? 369 is Lanier. You had me all messed up there for a second. But I thought I'd start just south of 369 if I had the option. Jerry K says an A-rig on deck. Cut the top off a 16-ounce side bottle and squeeze the arms of the bait and slide them into the bottle. Stops tangling with other gear on the deck. Using a bottle, like a Coke bottle.
Okay.
Do you know that it's a little rubber piece you can put on a rod if it doesn't have a hook keeper?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then off of that rubber piece that slides on the rod's a smaller circle.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I use on mine. I just run the 5 hooks up into that thing right there and crank the line tight. And
It works.
you can ride down the lake at 70 miles an hour and it's not going anywhere.
I will say this now. Ken Pruitt gave me a good idea. If you guys use these little soft wedding rings and all that, if you throw a drop shot, a lot of guys will take that drop shot and they'll wrap it around and all that. But if you can take this and get over the butt of your rod, you can just slide that weight in the drop shot, and these little wedding rings right there will hold it into place.
I use a barrette.
Yeah, same.
on the end of
Little
the-
hair clip.
Yeah.
hair clip
Yeah.
and all
Put it on
that.
the back of the rod, just wrap it a couple times and slide it in there.
So do you you send the missus out for some accessories when you need that? And just
No, I had a
something
friend
else?
that's what he was using. He showed me and he gave me some. So I still
Okay.
got them.
All right, for sure. Let's see. I'll throw an A-rig at night no different than when you would throw a spinnerbait at night on points. That's the first guy I've ever heard talk about doing that. Let's see, is that Matt over there on TikTok? I use fluorocarbon on my main and leader. My home lake is Chick, but fish Watts Bar, Chick, and Nickajack. Okay, there you go. So that's where he's up there at. I forgot using Tennessee. I remember that. Now, Danny, I am liking the hoodie. I didn't send him a hoodie. You're liking this hoodie? You're liking this hoodie, the MPFL? Okay, I sent it because I sent him. He won the question of the night about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And I finally sent him the spoons, but I also put something in there a little extra for you.
Uh-oh.
I put something in there, and it kind of goes with your name.
To Hellraiser.
No, I didn't send him no damn Hellraiser because no, I don't want to make him no matter of a man.
You sent him a live scope system.
You got a Garmin coming there, Cranky Yankin. I sent him a complete Minoran package, like that. Complete with tungsten heads and everything so that he can see him on his forward-facing sonar better right there. So, you know what would be funny? Like if we did that and then he makes a video and he's out there, hey, guys, this was really good. I don't think it's going to happen.
No,
though.
I don't either.
I don't either. Far dog. Hint for storing an Alabama rig. Use bread ties to go around your A-rig. Works great. I can see that for sure. All right, Tyler, we'll see you, buddy. He never knew South Park inspired a bait because that's Man Bear Pig. You can get that on South Park right there. I think I'm going to do that for Halloween this year too. I got the big Cartman head. I do. I think I'm on our Halloween episode this year. What did you do last year?
Joe Dirt.
Joe Dirt. Yeah, you were Joe Dirt and he was Billy Ray Cyrus and I was the Bush Light guy.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do Cartman this year. Tim Hancock says, I'm surprised Allatoona hasn't come up a bunch. We got 2 3/4 inches of rain last night, but it all depends on where it fell. We're below the lake. It rained hard here. It did. It absolutely. Danny, what's the bigger minnow you used in the tank a while back? Like a Sakamoto, but someone else made it. That is
Echo.
the Cast Echo, and it was what we had the 7.2 or something like that.
Yeah, it was a 7-inch.
7-inch in amethyst. What that amethyst?
Mm-hmm.
That was the color we had.
That was Brooks's color.
Yeah, go to castfishing.com and you can see them there. Derek Spicer. Today was really productive throwing a spunk shad, 1/4 ounce jig head. Big schools deeper, deeper than 20 foot on Allatoona. Can't mention what else they were hitting. Why not, Derek? We don't do gatekeeping here. You got to let us know what they were hitting, man.
Gatekeeper.
Don't be a gatekeeper. Derek Spicer's a gatekeeper. Now, seriously, that's pretty cool, though, to know. But, if you want to, you can tell everybody else. Bass Beetle. Hey, I like that name. I haven't seen that name. Have y'all seen Bass Beetle on here before? Well, appreciate you joining us tonight. Taylor Custom Jigs has got a 5-blade spinnerbait, top notch. Need to check them out. So you guys check out Taylor Custom Jigs and check out that spinnerbait. 5 blades.
I've seen 4. I've never seen 5.
I was getting ready to say that. I haven't seen one with 5. Should use the finger as bait. Kind of like old Peg Leg talked about using
it's long gone, friend.
It's long gone. I didn't even know, dude. Yeah. I didn't even know. That's awesome. That's some character now, though.
Yeah.
But give me a point, though. Can you?
I always point like this.
You always point like that. So my father-in-law, look, on the table, so he cut off his pinky and this finger, your ring finger, and then a tip of his birdie finger. But he was a mechanic, but he'd always wear these gloves. And so these fingers were always flopping around, like that. So I'd put on a pair of gloves and I'd tease him like that. I'd go, hey, just to make my gloves flop around in my fingers and all that.
I cut the tip off of my gloves so that it's not doing that because it bothers me.
Is it bothering? Yeah. Well, he told like all the kids that he got them bit off by an alligator. That's what he said. You got to come up with a cool story, something that happened like that. Steven Sturgeon. No reason to have a bunch of hooks on an A-rig. I use small minnows on 5 of the arms with no hooks, 2 bigger minnows on the lower side with hooks, and a lot of guys do that for sure. Jeremiah Guys, Carolina Rig Pro tip. Use a floating lizard or one of those colored floats the walleye fishermen use on their rigs. Okay. I guess that's to get it up. Yeah. Get it up off the ground. Whatever happened to the guy that was going deep sea fishing with his toe? I think
he went, but I don't think he used it.
No, he didn't use his toe.
What happened with that, John?
Didn't he chicken out? Oh, Peg Leg?
Back there?
No, I think he used it. I don't think he caught it.
Yeah,
Right.
I thought he used it, but didn't catch anything.
That's right. That might have been it. Matthew Smith, Robert Blesky in 8th. Yes, right. We talked about that. He is a good guy on this show. Love the heck out of Rob right there. Derek Spicer. He's giving you some more Allatoona juice. Also, a white chatterbait on the bank before sunrise in the first 30 minutes of daylight. Didn't go above red top today. So for those of you that know Alatoona, there you go. Derek, good man. Absolutely good man. James Ramsey's going out of Duckett Mill. I honestly, that marina right below Highway 369 always has fish.
What, isn't that Port Royale?
I think it is.
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
Port Royale. It's got fish.
The corner of that marina.
It's got fish.
Yeah, that
seawall
corner,
there.
that corner.
It's
Oh
got
my
fish.
gosh, yes.
It's got fish for sure.
Yes.
Captain J. Morgan, A-Rigs. Put a split ring on the top underneath the head, and you can slide it down the entire thing to keep it compact. Works for most A-Rigs, and it brings all the arms together. Adam says he uses my wife's hair tie. That's funny. Like his wife's like, honey, you seen my hair tie lately?
Nope.
Like, nope.
And right across from Port Royale, you have like Mountain View Park over
Mhm.
there. There's some good stuff over there too. Some good brush piles and some good laydowns and
Yeah.
stuff too.
You don't have to go far from where you're at. Let's see. Paul B. I use an upside down beer koozie, cut a diamond in the end of it, and slide it down over the rod end. That's for his A rig. So that makes sense. He can do that. Jimmy Concrete uses mono to mono on his C rig. Craftmaster uses fluoro to mono. Doug Rice, I love to throw a 4-inch worm on my C rig. Fish like it. Fish like it like a fat kid loves like cake.
There you go.
There you go. So there you go.
Down
Does
the
that
bottom.
beard grow in all white trashy like that? Is he talking about me?
He's talking about the Joe Dirt.
He's talking about Joe Dirt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You're
I
just
got
so
you.
ingrained with white trash jeans that your beard grows in all white trashy like that.
That's right. You know what, though? That chick was hot.
Brandy? Oh God, yeah, she was.
Like, I mean, honestly, it's probably the time my wife starts watching the show, so I'm going to get in trouble. But that's a good-looking woman.
Yeah.
That's a good-looking woman right there.
The Joe Dirt
Uh,
is great.
Derek's giving you a little more on Alatoona, chrome topwater on a cloudy morning.
Top water.
Oh, Dave. Oh, my Lord. I feel so bad for Dave. Dave dressed up like Darth Vader,
Yeah, he did.
and we didn't mention it. So Dave's at home now with his feelings hurt. Nobody mentioned Darth Vader. Dave, listen, if you get your ass up here a little more often, we'd remember that.
I think you did the whole show with it, man.
He did
Yeah,
do
he
the
did.
whole show with the
Yeah.
mask. Now I remember. How did I forget? I was talking to Darth Vader the whole episode. Yeah, you're right, Dave. My bad. Like, I ain't gonna get no jambalaya for a year now or anything like that. You want a killer C or A rig rod? Check out the iRod. Oh hell, pronounce that word right there.
I can't see it, so
Quercus catapult. iRod
Kyrgyz?
Quercus catapult. It is a 9.2. I hope I said that right. Quercus
I don't know.
9.2.
9 foot 2 inches.
Good Lord, that's like a
Saltwater rod.
Yeah, it's like a floating fly rod.
What rod box is that going in?
Yeah, is it a
ain't.
two-piece? Got to be a
It
two-piece, right? Sorry, Dave, about the Darth Vader. Now I feel bad. I saw a tournament pattern for Lanier using an ice fishing jig. How popular is that on Lanier?
We've had
Yeah.
somebody else on the show talk about that.
Ice
before.
jigs, yeah. They work
Ice
really good
jigs.
in the wintertime too.
And I know Dana uses a walleye jig. Who did that? He goes, I don't gatekeep. I'm trying to talk about Alatoona more. Yeah, listen, I'm just playing with you, buddy. We 100% just playing with you. Okay, good. So Dave's going to be here next week, so we will do the grass and Gunnersville episode next week. Cody Jones. Is the morning bite or the evening bite better at Stamp or Alatoona, or does it matter? I usually go late in the afternoon until late evening at Rocky, and he's been crushing them. I mean, I think it would be just fine right now. What do you think? Now, you fish Alatoona a lot more.
I'd go in the afternoon.
You'd go in the afternoon right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. Been wanting to do an early morning trip somewhere, but keep talking myself out of Stamp since I've been doing good at Rocky. I just don't know Stamp very well. Well, I'm just going to tell you this. You're going to catch bigger largemouth on average on Rocky for sure. You're going to get into the spots at Stamp Creek, but there is the potential for a good largemouth over there as well. A-rig trick. You put a chatterbait on the center arm. The thump of the chatterbait shakes the whole A-rig. Did you remember that guy that put like a chatterbait? There was a video. We put a chatterbait on every arm of an A-rig.
Yeah.
Could you? And I don't know. I'm sure it was a joke, but still, zip ties work good for securing the A-rig.
Sorry.
That's right. They bunch them come in.
Yep.
Zip ties work good for securing the A-rig, but you can't reuse them. Just cut and replace when done. Okay. Yeah, I mean,
I've done it.
zip ties for sure. Well, since we're talking about what's working, I literally just got off the water, and a Crush City janitor on the Nico has been good for at least 4 to 5 weeks now. Makes sense. That's good. The jigging rep is for real on the winter. The jigging rep. So I guess that's one of them ice ones like that. I've never done that. Have you done that?
Ice jig?
Yeah.
No.
Who has done that? Who do you know
I
that's
haven't.
done that?
We've somebody brought it up on the show and talked about it being a good. I can't remember. It was one of our.
Yeah. I think it.
I can't remember if it was a guest or if it was brought up.
It
in
was a
comment.
guest. I think. I want to say it was Damien.
Damien might be
May have
because
been.
he's a Yankee.
May have been.
Yeah, it's got to be somebody from up north that's brought that. I mean, being very serious, it's got to be somebody
Yeah.
from up north that's brought that down. I've got an eye rod. Okay, Christopher. Jeremy's got an eye rod that's 8'11". It's rated 7 to 11 ounces. That's a big rod. That is a very big rod. Cranking and yanking. We have a hydraulic torque wrench at my shop, high torque. Torques cap nuts at 3,000 feet-pounds or more. Last week, a man had his finger in the wrong place while using it. He no longer has that finger. Wow. Hey, did it hurt?
Not,
I know
not
it hurt,
until they were trying to do X-rays at the hospital.
Really? Because it
Yeah.
happened that fast and
Mhm.
everything? Wow, man. Yeah, it's like I'm over here squeezing my fingers like that.
Yeah.
I just can't. It didn't hurt at all. I guess
It,
because
well,
it
it
happened
didn't
so,
cut it. Yeah, it
so
didn't
fast.
cut it off. Right, it cut it in half. I
That's
still
right.
had
You were
the
doing
finger.
this way.
Yeah, I still had the finger for about 4 or 5 years after that, but it just kept not healing right.
Right.
And
So your
finally,
finger was split. So you were like 6 fingers for a while.
no.
Oh, you
It
just went over
looked
the
like
top?
that,
Oh, okay. I got you.
just a line right up here.
Wow.
I had some hardware in there and stuff, and it just wouldn't heal right. So finally, I work on cars and stuff. So I just told the doctor. He was like, "I can pull the hardware out. You take about 6 months off of work, let all the bone fill in." I was like, "No,
Got to work, man.
take it off."
Take it off. You know, Ronnie Lott did that. You remember him? Played for the safety for San Francisco.
Yeah.
Got his finger mashed between two helmets making a tackle
Mm.
and needed to play like a game next week or something like that. He had him just cut it off so he could play.
It got this one too,
Yeah, I see it just a little bit, didn't it? Nicked
right
it.
on the corner.
Mm.
That's crazy. You hush on that chatterbait trick. Stillwater Films wants to let you know. Now that eye rod, the handle is removable. That being said, I do not have to remove it. Okay, let me say this again. The handle is removable. That being said, I do not have to remove it to fit in my Triton 21 TRX. Okay, that's a big rod locker right there
Yeah.
for sure. Where we at? I don't know who the hell Tanvir is. I mean, mess with him.
He wants to battle, man.
I don't do that battling stuff. I grew up in Michigan. I'm fishing jigs. The jigs he fishes works down here.
I'm
Okay.
sure.
Makes sense right there. It was Clint. Me and Damien were talking about
Yeah,
that.
see, I was right.
Okay, there you go. Baja Iron Rider. God, I love you guys' names. I just saw Kevin Underwood's post about someone hitting his boat trailer this morning in Blairsville.
Oh,
He was asking if anyone happened to see it happen.
damn.
I haven't talked to Kevin, so no.
Mhm.
Bless his heart. So anybody that was fishing up in Blairsville, let us know. Fontana Smasher. Learned about the ice jig back in 2018 off the Yak with no scope. Okay. I don't remember even us talking about it. Oh, Ronnie Lott had it done during a game.
Yeah.
His finger. I knew it was something like that. Derek Spicer said, now Randy Callahan says, makes wiping feel funny. I bet it does. A little different for sure. Derek Spicer says, excited for next week to talk some grass in Gunnersville. I'll have my questions ready. Yeah, Dave was out of town this week. He's actually over in Gunnersville. But yeah, we're going to get him up here and talk about that. Crankin' and Yankee said, we took his finger to the hospital on ice. They said, yeah, right. It was crushed. I guess a torque wrench would, yeah. Wow. Cody, pull up Cody's. Danny, did you get your chili cheese burrito after today's lunch break? I think you need to be sponsored by them or come out with a color of a jig called chili cheese. Actually, you know what I did, Cody? This is honest truth. I forgot that last night my wife made homemade chicken pot pie and everything. And so this morning I got up and I fixed me a plate and I had brought it in here and I was getting ready to go out. And then all of a sudden I was like, crud, I had that. So I didn't go get it. I'm going to go get that tomorrow.
Anybody ever dump their lunch out the car door? after they their wife didn't say they didn't have their lunch when they got home. You can go out to eat, and not eat your lunch.
No, I've never done that
No,
before.
never done that.
I think you're in trouble.
Me either. Me either.
Yeah, you have.
Me either.
So, but basically, you're like a kid that's covering his plate or sliding stuff off.
Yeah.
And, like, you remember when you
Feeding it to the dog.
feeding a dog? Right? Sometimes I hate English peas and
Oh
stuff
yes,
like
sir.
that.
No. Mm-mm.
I don't like English peas, and my mom would always cook something that had potatoes and English peas, and I'd always like try to cover some of the English peas up in the potatoes or something.
Now-
Or at least stir them around, make it look like I've eaten them.
Dump
It's
them in
not because I didn't like what she made.
Yeah.
It's like all the boys were just going somewhere
And that's
that I
what-
wanted to go
Yeah,
to. So.
that's what
I
I'm
got
saying. Yeah, it's not because I didn't like it, just because I didn't eat it. She packed it. So
That's it. Always hurts after the adrenaline wears off for sure. Jeremiah says underspins and crankbaits work on that middle wire on the A-rig as well. I do my tricks with soft plastics on them though. I don't ever mess around with A-rig like that. It's just I stick the jig heads on it and go. Keep it simple. It works for me. I have no idea what Aaron's thing means. If I lost a finger, I would say I was in
Yakuza.
Yeah,
the
that's
Japanese mafia.
they'll take your finger. I guess that.
Oh.
The Yakuza take a finger.
So you cultured people know about
Yeah,
that. I'm
I've
not.
seen it
I'm
in
not up
movies.
to date. Up to date on my cultural things like that. I've done that before, but it was many, many, many years ago. Mike, what was Mike talking about? I have no idea, so I'm behind on that. What brand mics and cameras are y'all using to live stream? Looks and sounds better than most. Listen, it ain't the camera, it's this. Okay, it ain't the camera, it's this. Now, in all honesty, we're using the
Sure.
Sure, same thing Joe Rogan uses as far
Yeah.
as the mics. The cameras, I don't even know what kind of cameras they are.
They're professional.
Yeah.
That's all I
And
know.
Sony.
That's all I know.
Any
nice.
musician would know that some Shure microphones are some of the best microphones.
Is
you can
that it?
get. Yeah.
Yeah,
They always have been.
there's like the camera that I look at is actually
What's up,
one that
Andrew?
they did like they use in the TV news. It's kind of interesting. Now the TikTok camera is different. Andrew Blair Fish and Alex looks classy there. Check it in here, then to YouTube. Just happy to get this account back. Absolutely, bud. Congratulations to that.
He's trying.
Oh, he's talking about dumping his
don't
lunch out.
lunch out.
I got you now and all that. But yeah, they're Shure mics, and the cameras are. My partner here is a professional cinematographer. He can answer all those questions. I'm just doing lucky to cut them on. If
They're
I can cut them
Sonys.
on, yeah, they're older. These in here are not the ones we do the TV show. The TV show that we do, they use Reds and really, 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 really expensive lenses. That's all I know. What are you laughing at?
James.
Oh, good Lord. Listen to that. Adam, yeah, you guys can read that one. Adam K, right above it. On underspins in the fall, do you prefer a paddle tail or a fluke style? Good question.
MRE.
Yeah, you're going to use it.
But I do throw flukes on them as well, and paddle tails. But Tuesday I was throwing a helo head, or like the Okashira screw head,
Yeah,
with a Prodigy on it, the 3-inch Prodigy.
yeah, but that's paddle tail too.
Yeah.
Prodigy's paddle tail. What do you do, Tony?
I
They were
paddle
hammering
tail
it.
most of the time.
Paddle tail most of the time.
Fluke style.
You like the fluke style? Why?
That's just what I learned.
Just what you comfortable.
I just stayed with it. Yeah.
Doug saw those cameras today. Looks expensive. Nah, that's not that bad. I will tell you this: the most expensive thing here, if you had to go buy new, is not the cameras. You would be surprised that some of these tripods,
Oh yeah.
the tripods for these cameras are what's like stupidly expensive.
Back to that underspin question.
Yep.
Just real quick. I've been told, and I've seemed to notice it myself, that in warmer water, the fluke style bait works better than once you get down like in the low 60s, upper 50s. That's when you switch to a paddle tail.
Okay, I mean, it makes sense. I honestly just throw a paddle tail. And we're talking about on an underspin,
Mm-hmm.
but like it now, I will say this though, like ditch fishing in the winter, when you're really ticking rocks and stuff like that, I do throw a fluke style bait.
Really?
Yeah, and now if you get a ditch sticker from us or anything like that, and you just walk it on the bottom, just a fluke style. I don't know why, but I just do. Let's see. I bet Dave would say the best Carolina rig rod is a Falcon Lizard Dragger 2. I miss Dave. Still waiting on that 3M super glue. Dave from Far Dog. I think is it Dave or Ken that's going to send you that 3M super glue?
It ain't Ken because Ken's with Loctite, isn't
That's right. Yeah, he's a Loctite guy. So my Polaroid ain't gonna work then, huh? Yeah, well, just make content, dude.
Yep.
Make content for sure.
Yeah, use what you got, man. I
Use
use a
what you
cell
got.
phone.
Yeah, it'll work. It will work. Saw the biggest group of bait today. Can't even call them balls, just giant schools. Now, I've heard people talking about that. You're really getting a lot of bait packed up in big super schools, if you want to say it like that.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Did you see that here? Because you've been on Lanier and all that recently.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You even seen it on the scope too and everything.
Yeah, you're like, what is it? What is that in the water? And then you kind of they start moving, and you're like, oh, that's bait.
A bunch of bait.
Yeah,
a bunch of bait for sure. The SM7 mics are the best. Just need a good preamp to boost the signal. I see, Aaron, you're smarter than me. That sounds right. I'm just going to say, yep, sure. I don't know. Do you point with your pinky?
I guess so.
Yeah, you do.
I
He
guess
goes,
I
I
do.
get it. So, and then Jeremy said that too. I love my Cashin Carolina rig rod. Andrew Blair said Cashin makes a good rod.
Cashin does make good rods.
I'm bringing them back in here in the shop once I get everything. Now, Jeremiah, pull that up from Jeremiah. Talking about the Marble Hill junkies and all that to grab, like concussion joint. I will tell you this. And this is the part of treating everybody in this world with respect and everything that I treat. I mean, seriously, we know those people. And boy, they think I'm their best friend, and I am, because I'm just as nice to those people. And I think when you're nice to everybody, they tend to leave you alone. And that's the honest to God's truth. That's the honest truth. Just treat everybody the same, and you'll find out that a lot less people will screw you. I've got some good friends who are professional singers in a little band. They use the Shure mics. That's what you were saying. Yep. Alex, how's Lanier in October? I want to plan a trip down.
Come on down, man. It's on fire. Lanier in
is.
October you can't beat it.
I went
big fat spotted bass.
I went with Kevin Underwood, and all we used was a popper and wore them out.
And that was in October?
First week of October.
First week.
Year,
yeah, it's good. Let's see.
I blame cranking and yanking every time I swing and miss.
That's what I'm going to start doing. It's cranking and yanking's fault. It's cranking and yanking's fault for sure. He's saying he's seen bait balls like 75 feet long, those super schools.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good Lord, that's a lot of bait. Now, I wonder how many spots are right in the middle of it. Because, a lot of guys will scope a big bait ball and they'll bring something right through the middle. And when it splits, there's fish there.
Yep.
They're like in the bait in the middle, just swimming around with them and all that.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. Are we filming the Real American Road Trip shows? We are. We've got some. It's just going to be probably summer of 26 before we possibly can release them. I'm actually working with Waypoint on that right now. If any of you guys want to write a nice sizable check to make filming that easier, we'll be taking donations. You can Venmo me, Danny at Fish North Georgia, spell Georgia out, or PayPal me, Danny at Fish North GA. And we will take any and all, anything you want to give. Let's just say it that way. I bet every time Alex misses a fish, he blames that. Oh, listen at that. So that's why you said you're blaming him. Kevin McShann, going out on Lanier tomorrow morning. What should I throw? And I know we're going against what we talked about, the Topwater.
Yeah, start with Topwater, and then
what would you throw, Tony?
Keep throwing Topwater, and then if that doesn't work, throw some more Topwater.
That's what Kevin said the other night. Topwater, then Topwater, then
So
Topwater.
I was out Tuesday, and I wasn't getting bit on Topwater. They were blowing up everywhere around me. So I started switching to underspins and the screw heads and flukes, and I would burn them just below the surface, and I started catching
that.
fish.
Just changed it up a little bit. What about you, Tony? If you're going out tomorrow, how about on Woodowee? If you were going out tomorrow,
I'm gonna start with Topwater and then go to jerkbait.
Jerkbait.
Mm-hmm.
I like how he's consistent with that jerkbait, ain't he?
It was.
I've got to do it.
It was the only thing that got bit the other day. I mean, I threw everything to the schools of fish, and they would not. They'd chase stuff, but they wouldn't hit it. Jerkbait. As soon as I threw it, they were starting.
What are you throwing? A Vision 110 +1?
No, it's the Stunner.
Okay.
+1.
Let's see. Treat the CEO the same as you would the janitor. That's exactly the way we work it here. 100%. Now, cranking and yanking. Now, this is a dig at me. Listen, the damn thing's in the mail, cranking and yanking. I put them in there. I'll donate a flutter spoon. Well, in a month or two, I will.
Oh, no.
Hey, listen, that shirt ain't arrived either. That's all I got to say. But no, I put it. But you got, listen, I got you a present. I just want you to try them out and tell me what you think. I'll just leave it at that. This evening, for the first time, In about 3 years, I've seen huge clouds of gizzard shad on my home lake, but I have no idea where they've been, but they're back. That's interesting. Just, I wonder if it's because all the rain and stuff that you guys had. I mean, remember that? You remember
yeah,
like in
they
the
got-
spring, his
they-
like lake was 22 foot above.
Every time he got on here, it was raining there. I mean,
Yeah, but he says like, you know, in about 3 years. So I don't know. That's kind of weird. That's kind of weird. So anyway, all right, let's do this because we've been on a while. Let's do this. So all right, one bait that's not a topwater. And Tony, you can't say jerkbait.
There goes my.
Listen, I know you're like, you got your answer right there. Let's say you
No,
can't throw a jerkbait.
I got another one.
What you doing right now?
Swim bait, a soft swim bait, or
Like-
I'm going with a glide bait.
So you're gonna go with the glides and
Yep.
all that.
Yep. After I've seen, you know, we've had shows with Book on here. I mean, other guys that talked about Big Bait John, who's sitting in the background there, talking about the glide bait during the summer being the hardest bite, and I had really good success in the summer. The fall, I guarantee it's going to be on fire.
On fire.
I think so. I wish I'd thrown it with Dowie the other day, but the spots were small. They weren't really big, fish. But I think the glide bait's going to be where it's at, or a big soft swim bait.
Okay, I got you, Alex.
I'm gonna go with either a spot choker or a screw head.
Underspin, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You like those,
I do.
Kevin?
For
Now-
fall, I'm gonna go with the spinnerbait.
Now listen, hey, everybody, listen. Something big's happening tomorrow. How long has it been, Kevin, since you've been able to fish?
Since April.
Since April, because of the surgeries that he had. So it's been since April since Kevin has been in his boat out on the lake fishing. And tomorrow you finally get to go.
Finally.
So I'm just gonna say, listen, when we heard about the surgery and all that you were having, not gonna lie to you, scared the hell out of me.
Scared the hell out of me.
Scared the hell out of me. And I was like, dadgummit, I knew you hated the fact that you were not going to be able to get the fish and all that. So I just want to tell you from the bottom of my heart, I am so glad you've gotten back to the point where you get to go fishing again.
Me too.
It's going to make you happy.
For those that don't know, I had 2 back surgeries, 19 screws and 2 rods put in.
You excited?
Yeah.
You gonna sleep tonight?
Yeah.
Like, I'm seriously, like, I know I am seriously happy for you, almost to the point like I could cry right now.
Yeah. That's
Because
huge.
listen,
I
I'm
mean,
scared. We talked about, I mean, I wouldn't let you know in front of you, but dude, I was scared.
Mhm.
That's some major stuff you had done.
my wife will tell you I was scared too.
I know. But, not only am I proud to know you, but I am damn happy you get to get back in that boat and get to go fishing.
She is too.
I bet she is. She's tired of your ass.
She's real tired of me.
So, Cranky and Yankee says he hopes you catch a 10-pounder out there. Michael Bradley says best of luck. Adam says you're an Iron Man. Paul B. All that. Listen, I think I speak for everybody when I say that. I'm damn happy for you.
Thank you.
I hope Kevin loads the boat, even if I don't catch one for a month. That is
Hey,
really
it's
cool.
Just to go out, it's fine.
That's what I'm saying. Just to get in that boat here, crank up and get out there. If you don't catch anything, just know you're back in your element.
I'm going scoping.
That's it. Now, see, Doc says it makes my back surgery sound like a hangnail. Doug Rice wants to know if you're gonna be on tuna tomorrow.
Yeah.
Jeremy says, brother, I know about back surgeries. I had 2 back surgeries before I was 40. Mike says, I hope you catch a whole bunch. You deserve it. George says, enjoy your trip. Captain Morgan says, wear them out. Rafael Diaz says, enjoy your day. Kevin on Alatuna tomorrow. Maybe we'll cross paths. Where are you going to go out of?
Galt's.
Out of Galt's.
Galt's Ferry.
It'll be the cleanest damn boat on the lake. I can tell you that for sure. So anyway, with that, I think that's just right where we need to end it. Right where we need to end it. So like I said, I mean, sometimes when the things you love in life get taken away from you, I'm sure you over the past few months have just, it's probably, and I know you probably knew it already, but now you know just what fishing meant to you and all that. It really brings it into perspective. And it did a lot of things. A lot of things. But, absolutely. Dude, I'm tickled. So we'll end it with Jeremiah says, so happy for your recovery. Even if you only catch one, it's good to get back on the water. And Doug Rice said he'll see you at Galt's.
Okay.
Like that. So that's absolutely cool. So anyway, guys, with that, Tony and Alex, appreciate you guys coming up tonight. All you guys out there that watch the show and everything, the best part of the show is seeing you guys every time we turn on the camera. Even if we got nothing to talk about, you guys are here. So that means a ton to us. Tomorrow I will do a lunch break. We'll free for all. We'll just kick it off into the weekend, and then we'll see what the week. I'm going hunting this weekend. So those of you, if I don't talk to you tomorrow, whether you're fishing, hunting, spending time with your family, I think Kevin will echo this. Enjoy the time that you got and whatever it is you do.
Absolutely.
So absolutely. So with that, guys, we are out of here. You guys have a fantastic weekend. And Cletus says, well, end on this. Great show, boys. Good reminder of what the fishing community brings together here. Love you guys like family because you are.
100%.
All of you guys out there in the comment section, you're all part of my family.
That's it.
So love all you guys.
Our family.
Our family. Yeah, our family for sure. We'll see you on the next one, guys. You guys be good.